Hey everybody, I'm Matt Hill. I'm with Night Energy Services.
This is Ken Lavin with Winter Mud.
Jeremiah Smith with Trace Management.
Cory Nunez with Tag Drilling Motor Company.
And this is our show, everybody, our new show, our new podcast. This is the Talking Energy Show. And thank you to our sponsor, Trace Management, having it here in the Trace Management offices.
Studio.
That's a
It's
tower.
This is
studio
it. This
here.
has got a studio
I
now.
guess it's the Talking Energy Studio at the Trace Management
The
Tower.
Talking Energy Show at the
'Cause we
Trace
are
Management
the
Towers.
Sorry.
Hey, so since this is our inaugural episode with our first guest, Cory,
Victim.
man, we have heard and seen and people have told us about all of your amazing story and how you got here.
Yeah.
And that's why, I mean, we were like, man, you've got a new company you're working for.
No. He started up with him and some partners.
There we go. Man, tell us about it. What is going on with you right now? What's this new company, Tag? You're it.
Tag, it's all in the name. Tag Drilling Motor Company is strictly a rental motor company for directional drilling operations. So that's all we do. We're focused on one single thing: is building premium motors and renting at a very competitive price, because we're a small intent focused company doing just one single thing, and we're trying to do that single thing extremely well. So that's it. We were previously in the directional business with a company called Helix, which was a subsidiary of a company called Trepid out in Midland, which is a really cool experience, all really great. The directional businesses
We saw those guys.
it's complicated. It's just as anything else is in the oil field, and there's a lot of moving parts. And one thing that we held on to tight when we were doing that for a little over a year and a half was how much we love the motor side of the business. And we saw an opportunity when we take two steps back here.
Hey,
There we go.
real quick, Cory. I'm not hearing him.
Bring his mic over,
Yeah.
or turn him up. Turn him up.
Is it not good? Here, I'll come in.
I'm not hearing. I'm hearing him speak, but not over the headset.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You sound great.
It sounds the same to me, so sorry. Y'all tell me.
Again, we're gonna have technical
Is this all-
difficulties because of me and I set this studio up.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
whatever.
no, whoa, hey, now.
smells good.
It's so good.
All right, man. Sorry I interrupted you there. I just
No,
want to make
you're
sure
good.
everyone could hear you, buddy. All right.
Because it's a good message.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit back and have a delicious sip of this Hochatown, and this is from right here in Oklahoma.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
God, turn off
Hochatown
your-
Distillery, by the way, guys. Everyone,
If-
please turn
if-
off your phones. Put
If
them on silent.
if Hochatown happens to listen to our first inaugural podcast and wants to ever sponsor us, we'd be willing to talk to you.
Yeah, we got to say a cheers to that for sure.
Here we go.
With your Glenn Morangi
Hey.
advertising there.
Thank you guys for coming into the talk.
Yeah. Hey, thanks. So, no, Hochatown Distillery is awesome. It's actually in southeastern or just southern Oklahoma, right? And the
The
town is Hochatown.
Southeast.
Yeah,
And what is the lake? It's not Texoma, right?
Beaver's Bend.
Yeah.
Okay, but this place, it's like a little Branson.
Beautiful.
And, yeah, it's beautiful. They got a lot of activities and a brewery and a distillery. They got this Grateful Dead pizza.
Yes, I've been there. So
Everyone
good.
goes there.
Yeah.
It's a really cool experience. If you get a chance, go to Hochatown in southeast Oklahoma.
There's a lot of our friends in oil and gas from down in southeast Oklahoma.
They're not
couple
paying us
senators
for
over there,
that,
too.
for that plug, but if you're listening, you can pay us.
Yeah,
for
no
it.
one pays us for plugs yet. This is our inaugural episode.
Yeah, and hey, you have Bigfoot down there too.
All right, so tag bottom. Is that what it is? Heck yeah.
TD.
So man, your background, as I hear, is amazing. So how in the world did you get to become a drilling engineer and then a tag? Like
In
you
Oklahoma.
said,
Let's
you
get
said
there.
let's take two steps back. I want to take like 50 steps
Yeah,
back.
man, we got straight into your company.
All right, so
but
when you were
let's talk
an
about-
infant.
Yeah, we'll let you do your
talk
commercial.
about
Yeah,
Cory.
or
When
when
one
you were a
episode,
green
but-
hat.
If anyone
you
wants to
were-
look up Cory on LinkedIn, it's COREYNUNEZ.
You're about to get blown up on LinkedIn.
What's
very
your
Christian.
Insta?
They won't
Yeah.
blame me because
Yeah.
I'm spelling it wrong intentionally.
Yeah. Yeah, what's your Insta? Oh my God.
I have no proudly no social media.
I'm probably going to
outside
come
of-
and help you
outside
guys
of
with your
LinkedIn, yeah.
motor
All right, so
Insta.
you've had a food truck. Tell us how you got. What happened after high school? Or let's go through this.
Okay,
man.
are we
This
going to
guy's got
high
an
school
amazing
now?
Story. No, I don't know where he wants to start, man.
Hey, start when he was a green hat. How about that? Green hat.
No way. He's got a better story before he got in oil and gas.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I'm.
Sorry, oil and gas is awesome, but his whole story. Go ahead, Cory.
Pretty good.
Okay. I grew up in Georgia, southeast Georgia, on an island called St. Simon's Island.
Nope.
Awesome place to grow up. Really
Heck
cool. Moved around a lot. My mother was a midwife, and she traveled. So I lived all up and down the East Coast, in Maine and Massachusetts, Maryland, Georgia, Florida. And then I try to do the short version of this. I dropped out of high
Please don't.
school.
That's
Yeah,
why we have a
no, right.
podcast. You can go forever
I
here.
dropped out of high school in 10th grade. Just wasn't loving it. It wasn't kind of my thing. I'd started working real early, 13, 14 years old, saving money. So I turned 16. I bought a car. I told my mother, "Hey, I'm leaving," and she said, "Cool, but you gotta get your GED first." So next week I went and got my GED.
Engineer
got my
smart.
car and
Congratulations.
and traveled. I drove up to Maine, lived on a lake in a log cabin.
What'd you do? How'd you end up in this log cabin? Did you know someone? I need just a
previously
little bit of
lived
details.
in a town called Presque Isle, Maine, which is like a few miles from the Canadian border. When I was younger, and so I still had friends up there. So I moved back there just to just find something. I don't know, do something different, and just be out of school, just to travel, see the world.
You're 16.
I was 16.
Yeah.
Were you
that's
emancipated, or how does that work when you're 16?
No, I just left.
No, you can just
Just
go,
left.
man.
I have keys.
I feel you, brother.
My mom's kind
Feel
of
you.
hippie. I mean, she's cool. She's laid back. She knows that everybody, finds their own path.
Yeah.
Whatever, so she supported it. Her one thing was like, you got to have that GED before you leave, or
Good job
your
for
high school
her.
diploma or your GED.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
Dude, it's just crazy. I love everything about this, just for the simple fact, I wish I would have did that. Just got up one day and said, you know what, I'm going to go that direction and figure it out. And that's a really tough thing for anyone to do. Like, I just pick up everything you know and go somewhere else. So, anyway, please.
yeah. It felt, I don't know, I wouldn't
Wait,
say it was hard. It
do you
felt, it felt
do you
natural to
remember
me.
from back
It felt
then?
like the right thing
Yeah,
to do. So,
okay.
Yeah, what
I
kind
mean,
of car was it we were driving? I'm
it
just
was
going
a
to throw that.
Buick. It was a maroon Buick. I don't remember what year.
Was it a Regal?
I don't know.
Oh.
It was a bad car. It was a bad car.
Like, bad as a positive?
No,
That could go either
no,
way.
no, it was a bad car.
Oh, was it like a 4-door or 2-door?
It was a 4-door.
Well thought out plans by teenagers.
yeah.
And bench seats.
Yeah.
It
That's
was.
fine.
It was
Oh, a Buick Electra.
It used to turn off. All the electrical stuff would turn off while driving down the highway at
Yeah.
like 65 miles.
It was
an
just
hour.
like, you need to concentrate
And
on
you
the
had to,
fucking road.
kick it into
Cody.
neutral and
Cory.
restart
Why
it.
did I call you Cory?
And so, anyways, it's a bad car, but it's what I had. And it's what I could afford. So, anyways, got me to most places that I was trying to go to. So I lived in a log cabin in Maine for a little while.
How do you get to
bullshit.
Maine?
Well, I lived there before,
Nice.
previously.
One of the places your mom took you as a midwife.
Yeah, it's a town called Presque Isle, Maine. Really, really, really small town. Way, way north, a couple miles from the Canadian border. It's
Wow.
kind of middle of nowhere. Which was, I think, her intention when she took us there. It was me and my sister at the time. I'm the youngest of 4, but 2 of my siblings had already moved out, and
Did they wait till
we
17?
were causing trouble. And I think her intention was to take us to the middle of nowhere. So,
Nice.
yeah. And so she achieved that. But we made a bunch of friends and ended up going back there. So, but it was a cool experience. It was a really cool town, really cool place. Just good people. Maine has great people. It's
So how are you
awesome
taking
state.
care of yourself? What are you doing for a living? Just
Yeah,
to be
aren't
able
your
to
friends in
survive?
school?
So my when I was growing up, my brother was a cook and became a chef, and a really good one. And anyway, so I learned some skills from him in the kitchen that kind of allowed me to, it's one of those jobs that's very, you
Everybody needs
Wait,
essentially
he
work
can
anywhere.
cook?
Yeah.
There's a restaurant job somewhere. There's a cook job always somewhere, right? So
Did we not ask him to bring stuff for us?
I did that. Hey, man, that's how I got to the
I don't
Virgin
claim to be a
Islands.
very good
Yeah.
cook. Yeah,
I
something
eat. I
did
just
for
eat.
work.
I like
Yeah.
food. I'm just saying.
I worked in the kitchen at Hard Rock Cafe in St. Thomas just because I knew I could go
You
get
live
a
in
job.
St. Thomas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me too.
hitchhiked down to Florida, and then found my way eventually to St. Thomas.
My gosh,
I,
Matt.
Wow.
I joined the military from St. Thomas.
Oh wow.
Oh, hey, no way.
It's a midpoint of the story probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
go back to
Okay,
the,
yeah.
go back to the beginning.
So,
of Maine,
so
yeah.
we're at the cabin.
Beautiful.
We're
Living in a
cooking.
postcard.
And what's next?
So I decided to leave Maine, and I was trying to travel to California. I had a sister who was living in Durango, Colorado at the time. So I was traveling through
Beautiful.
there. My car started getting worse. Broke down on the St. Louis Bridge, like at the top. It was a mess. Anyways, and finally made it to Durango, Colorado. Ended up staying there for a little bit, working at a ski resort called Purgatory.
Oh, love
Oh,
Purgatory.
yeah.
Great-
Met
great
some
place.
friends there. Moved into a double wide trailer with like 7 other guys, and we just had fun, partied. I was young and
Yeah, that's what
played
it's supposed to be.
music, rode motorcycles, snowboarded and skied and drank beer, and it was just a good time. It was good,
Wow.
just a kind of ruthless period of your youth, it's just
Where you don't care about sleeping anywhere. You
care about anything,
You
yeah.
wake up and you're not like sore.
kind of live for fun, So I did that for a while, and then ended up never made it to California on that trip. Ended up taking that car back to Georgia, back to St. Simon's Island where I live, and getting a job there at the restaurant my brother used to work at, and so kind of trying to fill those shoes a little bit in my mind, and then right when that happened, I got in a bunch of trouble. I was a bit of a mess as a kid. I'm still a mess now, to be real honest. But
Whatever.
yeah.
You mean Maverick? Titan of Industries are usually Mavericks.
There you go.
So I got arrested by the same cop in the same place for the same thing like 3 separate times in a short period.
I bet you still know his name.
They don't. They don't go. They don't get less angry about that.
They were never angry. It was just by the time, the
Probably
third time
chuckle.
they're just like, Cory, get in the car.
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
It's
It's like the
Well-
definition of insanity.
Like he's
Welcome
already got your
back.
name on the seat.
So it's it's a small town and a little restaurant, a bunch of little restaurants, and restaurant people all know each other, kind of in a small town, and one of these restaurants would open up for a little poker night, and they didn't care that anybody was underage. You're all industry people, and so we'd go over there and drink and whatnot. And it was like a block from where I lived, but I'd go to this gas station across the street, and pick up supplies or whatever, Gatorade or whatever. I was fucking hungover, so for the next day. Anyways, and I just kept running into this cop at this gas station, and it's like, it was literally like the restaurant was here, the gas station was here, and my apartment was right there. Had him 3 times. Anyways, you probably want to edit some of this stuff.
I'm
No,
never.
no.
By the way,
you can skip through.
as we have more and more guests in here, and you being the first, we just want to let everybody know that whatever you record is recorded, and I will air it because I want you
yours
to.
forever.
I want you to just realize that this is a place to share with your industry family. Oil and gas cares.
It's like
Was that like a
tagline.
promo
I
right
think
there?
that was a
Like,
good promo. Come in,
little heart.
come in and share your story. We
Have a
love you.
heart like pulsing on the screen
This,
right here.
this is family, and we like our black sheep too.
Yeah, cool enough.
Because
All right.
most of us were probably.
Yeah, so just say whatever you want, and I'll possibly delete it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I'll delete
Instead of-
this out of
You
here.
can do whatever you want, man. I'm not ashamed of my story.
You should not be.
Amen.
So, anyways, jumped through a couple of things. I had an option to go to jail or move back in with my parents because I was still 17 at the time, and my mother was living in St. Thomas at the time, and so I said, well, that seems like a pretty easy fucking
It's a
decision.
pretty place
Right.
to
So
go.
I moved to St. Thomas, and during this period that happened, 9/11 happened, and I was still 17 years old, about to turn 18. I was kind of waiting to turn 18. So after that happened, my whole life changed. I changed my whole focus on what I was interested in. I started buying books on Navy SEALs and training in a pool in my apartment building and all kinds of stuff. And
Good for you.
Wow.
tried to join the Navy for like 2.5, 3 months down there in St. Thomas, and the recruiter was super helpful in trying to get me in, but I had this record as a minor, and that caused me some trouble. So eventually I kind of just gave up and walked next door to the Army recruiter.
Yeah,
Said,
Army's
"Hey,
all about that. Navy's.
it's time to go." And he said, "How fast do you want to go?" And I said, "Tomorrow." And he said, "I got you on a boat." And he said,
Wow.
Did you-
Whoa.
I'll tell you. So I joined the Navy, right? And I actually tried to join the Air Force. Similar to you, they wouldn't take me.
Yeah.
My record was
Some
a
of
little
it can be
too
tough,
creative.
yeah.
It was crazy though, and I had to do, what do they call them? All these consignment or something to where they'll let you in. Like all your tattoos and all that you got to write down, and then your criminal record you got to give some type of explanation. But they did let me in the Navy. But the big thing was I couldn't go be a nuke or anyone with top secret clearance. But then I get in the Navy, and they immediately give me top secret clearance to go work on avionics systems. So
Yeah.
it didn't make sense. But, that's bureaucracy.
Yeah, it felt really silly to me at the time. It was frustrating to me at the time because I had something in my head I really wanted to go do, and I think I would have accomplished it too. But it was fun. I didn't get that opportunity. But
What'd you do in the Army? Did you go be a cook?
so I went artillery.
Okay.
There you
So I wanted something combat arms, and because
Of
I wanted
course.
I wanted to go overseas. I assumed that was going to happen, and we weren't deployed. Nobody was deployed at the time. We hadn't invaded yet, but I assumed that would give me the best chance of going over. And infantry would have been like a month wait or something like that to get through MEPS.
Really?
So it was
Wow.
basically, I just took the first job, combat arms I could get, and that was artillery. So literally next day, I left. I got on a plane, went to Puerto Rico, did my MEPS there, which is like some, I don't know if you remember that. It's like
Well, not
Hey.
in Puerto Rico.
Oh, Puerto Rico is all about artillery too. They love. There's that little island they like to
just where
bomb.
they did the induction stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like did a bunch of paperwork, and then they you do like your vows and all that stuff, and then they I say vows. I don't really know what to call it.
Yeah, I know.
You're
your
swear- like
pledge.
swearing.
Yeah, swearing in. Man, we should probably know this.
Constitution, et cetera, et
Oh,
cetera.
it's great.
It
too,
was
like-
really cool. It was a proud moment to be standing there, right?
Yeah. It was really cool. Yeah. I mean, I knew what I was doing it for, and
Sure.
so I was just happy and excited to be going and serving my country for what felt to me like a time where I was at the right age, and that I had the opportunity to go do it. And
Well, we appreciate your service. That's awesome. Hey, you would have been with Chris Kyle about that same time, wouldn't it?
the sniper guy.
Yeah.
So he was actually, I think, I don't know anything about that guy, so I don't pretend to, but he was in Solder City where I was stationed. I think in some of that movie that was on there, maybe within a year or so or something like that. But I'm not
Because he was inspired by 9/11 too,
I
supposedly.
think we all were.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I was in college whenever that happened. My first year of college.
I was not. I did not go to school. I was very similar path of Cory, where I was partying too much, and then I was like, okay, it's time to
Time
leave.
for
And
I can't
the police
believe I'm
were like,
older
what
than
are
you
you going
two
to do?
guys.
You
That's
can either
just
go to
crazy.
jail or leave.
It was
That's what
kind
I
of,
leave.
yeah, it was one of those, it felt an obvious moment in my life where I was, I need to make some changes, and it, it used the whole military thing as an excuse to do that, but it felt like an easy decision to go
Give you some structure.
give me some structure, also be able to go do something that felt right at the time, and all of that stuff happened, right? So
Right.
I got more structure than I wanted, but it was great. It was a great opportunity, man. It was great. I suggest anybody that's interested in it do it because it's
Keep saying that. My son's about to go July 24th. Yeah.
Oh, he is going?
Yeah. He's going up to
Really?
Thunderbird up in Perry, Oklahoma,
For what?
for the military academy. They have Thunderbird Academy up there.
Academy. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good start.
If you're gonna go in the military, it's a good idea to be an officer.
One thing I would say, we can move on, right? So in the Navy, it's petty officer, right, is the enlisted, and then you have officers, of course, on the other side, but petty officer. I always hated that. But either way,
term.
yes.
Yeah, right.
But you can't call a petty officer sir. And so, but I did by default, right? Someone's superior, you say sir, someone you respect.
No,
And I was like,
that's
hey, hello, sir. Or, yes, sir, I'll get that done. He's like, don't call me sir, I work for a living. At that point, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what am I doing wrong? I'd rather get paid for my mind than physical labor for
very common phrase.
2/3 of the price.
So what all parts of overseas were you?
Can I, before we go all the way there, you're telling me you went to MEPS, which I did. So I enlisted in Oklahoma City, and I
Right.
did it right here, the whole thing, swear in,
Wow.
all that here. And then I went directly to boot camp. You're telling me you made a stop in Puerto Rico, and then your guys' boot camp is in California or somewhere else back
It's in
the.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It's in Fort Sill.
I didn't
Fort
even know
Sill,
that. But
baby.
how inefficient? So you
The
went
first
from
time I ever been to
Georgia,
Oklahoma was basic training.
but you went
No.
from Georgia to Puerto Rico just to be sworn in.
No, I
and-
went from St. Thomas.
St.
Oh,
Thomas.
sorry,
Islands,
Florida.
yeah, too.
But like your parents couldn't be there or anything. It's just crazy. They sent you there just to get sworn in. And did you get your shots and stuff there, or did you still have to do that back at boot camp?
I can't remember if I took all those shots in Puerto Rico or if I took them in. I think.
By the way,
I
it wasn't
think
his choice.
I
He
think I
took
got
all
them
those shots.
Yeah, you get the shots.
Oh, man.
There's no.
There's no denying it there. It's probably at Fort Sill. Fort Sill
I
is.
would imagine in Fort Sill is where we got them. I remember very, very vividly when we first got to Fort Sill. They take all these people, young kids that wear, whatever they came in, and you have like one bag of clothes that they eventually make you throw all away. But they put you all in a
No, not my
in a
Jinko
horse-
jeans.
In a horse trailer. And everybody's standing up in this horse trailer, and they're driving down the road, and then they eventually, you don't know what the hell's going on. And I remember just laughing the whole time. Like, there's all these kids scared and didn't know what to do. And I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe I was just nervous or that's the way I reacted or something. But I just was laughing the whole time. And we got out of this horse trailer and they just run you out. And they start spraying with these hoses and just start screaming in your face. And they're just calling you the worst things you can imagine.
Dude, my vernacular
Yeah.
grew so much. Like things that blew my mind. I was like, how have I never put those two phrases together? Man, that's messed up.
Well, that's a good combo right there. I'm gonna keep that one.
So they're just breaking you down and getting you ready.
Yeah, it's a whole breakdown.
Lose your ego.
Yeah, it's a
That's
teenager.
tear you down, build you up,
Mold you.
in the in model that fits their operation.
Sure,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Which is where you get the structure from, because they take everything that you knew or you used to do as a habit in your day and they just destroy it, and then they give you a bunch of new habits.
Good.
Yes. Amen. I mean, amen. Yeah.
And it was great, man. It was awesome. I loved all of it. I thought basic training was fun. We had a blast.
The camaraderie.
Yeah, there's a lot of camaraderie, and I mean, you work your ass off, and you set goals for yourself, or they set them for you, and
Yeah.
try to achieve them. But it was cool, man. I got to do a lot of fun stuff. You get to shoot a bunch of guns and throw grenades and all kinds of cool crap. You know what I mean?
Did you see any quote unquote action while you're overseas? Did you have
Where'd
to
you go? Yeah,
fire
where'd you
upon
go?
enemies, like all
So
that
after
stuff?
Fort Sill, I went to after basic training in AIT. AIT is where you do like
Yep.
your specific job training, which was artillery, which is why I was there. But and then I got stationed in Fort Polk, Louisiana, which is just outside Leesville, Louisiana, kind of middle of nowhere, little tiger land, just swamp, just for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles. And I spent 7 or 8 months there before we deployed, and we deployed in I'd say it was May of 2002 or 2003. I should know that, but anyways, it was right in the beginning. We kind of came in right after Marines. We got kind of we got kind of, it's a weird story.
I like weird stories.
Okay.
We got our captain. It seemed like from what the story is, was trying to make major, but he needed combat experience to make it, and so we got deployed. Groups of our battalion, which was the 2nd ECR, got deployed because they were useful in the specific fight that was over there. Artillery isn't terribly useful for a urban warfare type of situation.
Unless you want to desolate.
I was going to say
decimate that urban area.
Yeah,
Depends on what you're doing.
Flatten that out for me.
Decimate
Less,
it from 60 miles away.
yeah,
I guess
less
we go.
buildings have to go kick doors in.
Yeah, but he got us looped in, our artillery group, into this deployment. And so we got over there, and we didn't have anywhere to live because they hadn't planned on this unit being there.
Oh, man.
And so we ended up at this kind of blown out cigarette factory in Solder City, which is kind of like the ghetto of Baghdad.
Great.
And I mean, it's just just miles, and it's poverty as far
Yeah,
as I
they-
can
yeah,
see.
they don't
It's
have
really
anything.
sad and terrible, but
The poverty, just living in whatever materials they can find, they form a
yeah,
shanty.
I mean, and there's just plastic and rubber burning all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
Just for warmth and
yeah, I mean,
really?
there's
rubber tires and
little to no electricity, running water, and I mean, it was awful. It just sure didn't help that we invaded their country, but
Yeah.
it was a bad place to live to begin
You think they're
with.
doing better now with all their opium sales?
God.
I don't know that story.
I don't know. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
we don't know anything about that.
We'll leave that
Allegedly.
one alone.
Yeah, the current events.
They're a pretty big provider of.
That commodity.
Yeah.
We're just spinning a little bit of yarn here, everybody. Don't worry about it. Just coming back down it.
Take that away from me.
So you were in artillery. Were you in a tank or?
So we were on an M108. Which
Look
is
how
a
big he is.
150.
He's not fitting in a tank.
I don't know how much.
I
they
don't
make.
know.
You tell me they.
They have big dudes in tanks.
Is there a high?
I mean,
high
I'm.
limit for
Yeah,
it?
you're
I don't
tall.
know. I'm honestly not sure.
He didn't have to ride in a tank. He didn't know.
Yeah, no, we had towed howitzers, which are
Oh, yeah.
be interesting to show a picture if throw
I'll
a photo
find
or
one,
something.
don't
I'll
worry.
Google one and
Yeah.
I'll pass it around.
It's, they're pretty cool things. So they're towed behind a 5-ton truck, and then you have to pull it off of the truck and then split the legs and basically bury it in so that it's stable, and then it shoots 155 millimeter
Artillery.
artillery ammunition, which is it's pretty cool stuff. It's heavy, so that's basically our job when you first join the military and you get into something like artillery. You just carry heavy stuff around. You're grunt,
Okay.
You just move stuff from here to there, and then people tell you what to do. And then as you get further into it,
You were already born to be in the oil field. Just from
it's
that.
cool, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Military and I love the military.
There you
It's
go,
fun,
man.
So that's an M108 howitzer right there.
Oh wow.
Ba-ba-ba-boom.
Sweet.
So you can take out a Walmart from like 18 miles.
Wait, a whole. Wait, are we talking a super center or just the food one?
No,
Like
not,
super-
not a
super
neighborhood.
center.
That's a neighborhood
A
market.
neighborhood market.
So
yeah.
that was what my drill sergeant told me when I just joined artillery. We never practiced on Walmart, so I'm not sure. But I don't.
No
know
offense,
super centers-
Walmart, I'm
I don't know
sorry.
if super centers
I
are
have
around
kids.
anymore,
There you
too.
I'm a fan of Walmart. I have children.
You're just in the toy
When
section
you
all the
say I have
time.
children, so is that like, all right, kids, we're here.
Yeah, well,
get out
yeah.
here.
Go down
Best
the aisle.
childcare in the city.
Best child's care while I go to the hunting and.
Do you play Walmart tag with him?
No.
You liar.
No, he tries to lose them.
He's in the ball cage.
So you can take out a Walmart. And
So yeah, that was the story.
did you take? Did you guys shoot that ever over there at anything? Not,
Not
one
one
time.
Not one time.
No.
So you hurried up
So we
and
dragged
wait.
them from Kuwait to Baghdad, parked them, and cleaned them basically daily for a year, as
Wow.
well as all the other jobs we had. So once you get in like an area like that, a combat zone, it's not everybody's our infantry or military police or et cetera.
What town were you in Kuwait? So my son was up in the very far northwest part of Kuwait. I don't know, like it was like right on the borders.
We flew in and out of it.
All the time.
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
He said it was the most boring year of his life. He said he
Kuwait.
saw a lot of desert driving,
It's a lot
and
of
that's
desert,
about
yeah.
it.
It's a lot of nothing.
Which is happy to hear from overseas from your military son
Yeah.
in the army. You're like, son, was it
Nothing's
crazy
good,
today? It was completely boring. We hurried up and waited a lot, and nothing happened. Like, yes, awesome.
Hunting action can be an ugly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might be surprised what you find.
Well, he always told me, he's like, hey, so we take these big long trains out of people and equipment, and no one messes with us because of a lot of people with a lot of guns and a lot of equipment, so no one wants to mess with us.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's
Show of force.
Kuwait, yeah.
That's
It's a
good.
good place to be. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's ready to go back. He just signed up again.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
How many years?
Yeah.
Another 4.
Hey, there
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
he's super excited.
How many years?
4 years in.
He was he was in, and then he's been here like working on airplanes, and he was like, I
Oh,
think
is he stationed in Oklahoma City?
yeah, I mean he's here right now, but
Oh, cool.
now he's gonna go. Who knows? He just wants to go back overseas, and I was like, oh cool. Do you want to go like Korea or Germany? Like man, you're getting to that age. Maybe you should go over to like Europe and like maybe East, wherever our bases are in Europe, and pretty girls and mountains and beer. Like that's where I want my son to be. Enjoy your life while you're young and 25. He's like, I want to go back to the desert. I was like, okay,
There's a lot of
there
guys
you
that want to go back
It's
to
a
the
very
desert.
interesting place.
Yeah, we need it.
And you
He
learn-
loves it.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot about yourself in the desert.
He did. He learned to get fit, man.
Hey, can you have me
since
pick up a watch
since
for
he'll
me?
never ever watch this, I can say it here. Like he might be able to take me now. Like
Whoa, you
maybe.
said that?
Well, I've lost.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
It's
I've lost
gotta
a
be recorded,
bunch of
man.
weight, so I'm just saying, like it's. I think he and I would have a battle now.
Uh-oh.
He's 4 years in the military. He can fucking take you.
No, he cannot.
No.
There it is.
Wow, there it is. There it is.
Hey, this was last summer. He was like, "Good Lord, you have this creepy old man strength." He tried. I mean, like we were going like wrestling, and he was like, "I don't understand."
Yeah, it's they teach you to hurt people,
Yeah,
and not like we're not freaking ninjas or something, but like that like,
I think you might
Yeah,
be a
don't you lie to
ninja.
me.
You're he's a ninja-neer.
Engineer.
He's a ninja-neer.
That's right.
actually sexy.
That's pretty sexy. Yeah.
You walked away with the battle.
Hey, if you want to buy Ninja-neer t-shirts
Yeah,
on Talking Energy
we will
Show,
actually
now's the
have
time.
those.
By the way, everybody, just so if you're tuning in just now, we're talking the Talking Energy Show with Cory Nunez.
Nunez.
What are we gonna do? Is that for a commercial?
Yeah, this is our.
There's a commercial in between.
This,
We're gonna take a break.
Bye, everybody. This is our commercial, and
Yeah,
just
we're back
this
here.
episode is brought to you by Trace Management
And
and
Ninja Engineer
Ninja-neering.
Yeah, we'll have T-shirts later on. You can buy them on the website.
Maybe.
All right, before we lose our one listener, Cory, let's get back on topic.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And
Okay.
Thank you, Cory's mom, for
it's a long
listening.
wandering-
Yeah,
yeah.
that little your partner might get in. it.
Yeah.
Maybe listen to it.
And we
just
did
make sure.
invite his mom before we started this.
Corey's mom or Matt's?
Corey's mom.
Oh, okay.
That's super nice of you.
Also, I was doing some math on my time in the Virgin Islands, and when like he might have, I was like, wait a minute, no, he's too old. Okay, we're good.
I can't believe I'm older than them. That's just crazy. But I still appreciate y'all's service. That's badass.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, I want to go way back again. And I'm sorry to skip, but did your mom ever do like take you to work day? Were you ever like part of the whole midwifery thing? Yes,
One
I
time-
knew it.
One time, I got in a lot of trouble,
Of course.
and she took me to work and made me watch a birth, and
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
Probably didn't want to touch yourself for 10 minutes.
it messed me up pretty good. It messed me up pretty
Yeah,
good.
there's a-
I don't
How many
remember
kids do you have right now?
beautiful
I
process.
have one kid.
Yeah.
I have a 15-month-old daughter.
It took you a long time to get over it.
It took me a long time to get over it. I'm 38 now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's time. You're ready. You're a beautiful man. That woman. Hey, if you're listening, Ms. Nunez, you're a lucky woman.
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
I'm lucky she's.
And we're gonna get to it,
probably
but
with me this long. Yeah.
Cory, you had that child right when you pretty much spun off and did your own thing.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, I recall when you first fired up, and you had the kiddo at home.
You were being dad and that.
Nah,
That's
man,
tough,
it's a lot
brother.
of stress.
Maverick.
Started, yeah. Mel was like 6 months pregnant or so.
You were pregnant?
Maybe like 7 or 8 months pregnant. Mel was my wife, Melanie. Was when we started Helix, when we left Rome and started Helix. Yeah. So
Okay.
Wow.
It was a trying time for sure. That was a difficult startup. I'd never been on the service side. I had fairly limited experience in oil and gas in general. I had two, really good engineering jobs and down in
West Texas,
Midland,
right? Yeah,
with,
EOG,
West
or-
Texas with EOG, which was an awesome company to work for.
Yeah,
I
cool.
came up here, worked for Round Resources, which was
Great.
super fun time. Great,
Man, you guys
great
had a great crew.
Yeah, you guys
Holy
really did.
moly.
A great crew, man.
You, Matt,
we drilled the shit out
Chad,
of some wells, yeah.
Caleb. Oh, I love those guys.
We drilled the shit out of some wells here, yeah. But kind of overexposed ourselves, I guess, as a company, and that's
Who knows, man? Yeah, that's all above you guys, man. But
well
your little
above.
drilling team, woohoo! Everybody wanted to come see it.
Man, and everyone did it too. The money was flowing in. That was a
Yeah.
different world.
It
Right?
was, yeah.
It wasn't based in reality or pricing. It was the hope to sell, right? Build
Yeah.
it, and they will come. Anyway, let's go back and
Yeah.
we'll put maybe some markers or something so they can see when we're talking oil field affiliated. I don't know if anyone.
No, we're
Well,
not
if we
doing
get
that.
50 minutes in, I know we need to talk about tag.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
so-
Oh, but
So,
I'll
so
tell you
when
what.
When
we're
you
so
transition
far.
from
Like, I want to keep talking, man. We haven't got to the best part or any
Yeah.
of the.
Hey,
like, a lot
look,
of
this
that
is the
stuff.
Talking Energy Show, and really, we're just here
I know,
to.
but we got to help out Cory and get his name out there. a
The
little bit.
most
Something
important
for
thing
tag.
is to
motor.
to highlight our industry leaders and interesting people in our oil and gas
industry
sector.
leaders and innovators.
Innovators,
That's
and
really
you're one of them.
nice,
That's
nice.
what it really has to be. We got
That
to
was
shake
I'm
it
gonna
up.
not me
delete
this
that.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man. Okay, so you're stationed over in Afghanistan.
Iraq.
You moved to Iraq,
Iraq.
and you moved around a bit, bud. And let's move on. Like,
So what did you
what's
transition?
happened?
Yeah, from there to
Or unless you got something cool you want to tell us.
No.
Man, the hurry up and wait was a huge
Military
deal.
is, yeah.
Hurry up and wait.
By
Yeah,
the
my
way,
son finally
It's an
explained all
experience for
that.
people that were in
The amount of
military.
money wasted. Well, like I find it absurd when you brought up that it's Puerto Rico where you go to get sworn in and then fly back to the United States. Well, the continental.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's just the way it's set up in the Virgin Islands. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Well, is Puerto Rico like a major airport you got to go to at any point, right? You're
No, I flew.
That's what I'm saying.
You can fly in and out of St. Thomas, yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
So I'm a little lost. It
I
just
don't
seems
know.
very inefficient and a lot of money wasted. Probably it's something to give.
Our
Puerto Rico some
government
money.
does not waste money. What are you
No.
talking
All
about?
look.
right.
Hey, look, it made G.I.
God
Joe over
bless
here. Right? Come on now.
America.
I'm a financial guy, so I'm always these numbers.
We're gonna have alternating views here. First of all, everybody here is a Republican. I'm assuming. There we go. So what I'm
Leave
saying,
alone.
Wow.
I'm a guy.
Wow.
I'm a dude.
at the end of the day, the Talking Energy Show supports oil and gas.
There you go.
We do. All right, dude. So you're in Iraq, and then what? You get out at some point. You
So we
serve your
spent a
4
year- We
years.
spent a year there in Saudi City. We come back through Kuwait, fly back to the States, and I got like, I'll try to speed this along.
No,
Don't ever do that.
No, don't.
Yeah,
Hey, don't
I
feel like I
literally-
tried to do that.
I just
Sorry.
wanted everybody
so
to
we- yeah,
know how cool you are.
Yeah,
And
man.
first of all, the Matt Hill hangs out with cool people.
Yeah, we want to see your army tattoo. You know?
No. I believe we were told from one of his friends and old colleagues.
Oh,
He's
I
a
God.
cannot wait
smart
to
ass, I
get
heard
to it.
that.
Well, I'm guessing your right forearm. I'm gonna be curious of what is
Yeah.
on your right
Oh
forearm.
man, let's find this out.
what?
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't wait. Yes.
All right.
This was so funny enough. My first two tattoos were with my mother. She got tattoos as well.
Good
I wasn't-
mom.
Yeah, she has a great mom. She's fantastic. Couldn't ask for anybody better.
She's coming in
so
next week.
we got like an 8-day notice or something crazy like that when we were about to get deployed, and I think she was living in Martha's Vineyard at the time.
Wow.
And got on a
Hippie
plane
gone
and
right.
flew straight there and wasn't supposed to come on base or anything like that. We weren't supposed to see any family. We were packing up, getting ready to go, doing training, and she just came on base and was like, "I'm gonna see my son."
Right.
And
Whoa.
went to one of my sergeants and was like, "I'm taking my son for the day," and I was like, "Hey, we're doing training." She was like, "This is
I
no
don't-
fucking option."
I don't give a damn.
This is not I'm not asking permission. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went off base and we drank some beers and we went to a tattoo shop and we both got tattoos. And I was 18 years old at the time. I didn't know any better. I thought it was cool. I got these two Chinese symbols on my chest.
What do they say?
Please tell me they mean like. Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Like,
Oh, you gotta
She has
show
no
it.
idea.
No, it's I actually I can't say I've ever really like looked at the symbol and looked it up online.
What?
It's
No, wait. You have no idea.
So no, it's supposed to
Surprise.
say like to seek and to seize or something like that, like seize
that's
the day
cool.
kind of thing.
Okay.
Nah, it's pretty gay, but
Nah.
No, it's
I guess I'm
not.
supposed to
It
say
sounds
that.
kind of good.
Yeah, but anyways, I was young and she just got a tattoo on her ankle or something like that. But anyways, when I got back from Iraq, she came back. Obviously, when they do like a little parade or something kind of deal. whenever
Oh, it's
you come
amazing.
back.
You can't wait to see the loved ones. You're
Oh,
like,
everybody's crying.
Oh, crying. Lots
just-
of crying.
just tears. I mean, you fill
Yeah.
a stadium with tears from these things, and it's awesome. It's a really cool experience, to be honest. When you haven't seen your family in a year, and anyways, same thing. We went out, we got some beers, and we went and got another tattoo. And after Iraq, I got this one, which says "Chasing Buddha," which is it just means like trying to find yourself, trying to find kind of inner peace.
Yeah, it's a
it's
great
a mess
one.
over there, and it kind of messes you up a little bit. And
Did it? Like, I mean, the poverty, the
It's-
people,
It's just-
everything.
it's seeing something that you never learned or never heard about when you grow up in the United States. I mean, like you can't understand the type of environment these people live in and what they go through, and so it changes you a bit. I mean,
Yeah.
it changes your perspective on what's important in life and what's
Really?
So most of the stuff we see here in America on the news and all that, it's just because we have so much privilege. We come up with all these problems that we aren't even
yeah,
real.
you don't think about when you
We
go
love
overseas.
problems.
We love
we
our
love
problems.
problems.
Well, we're good, but we got good problem solvers too. But when you go overseas, the weirdest thing to me, and I was in Nicaragua for a while, actually to drill some exploratory wells. But the biggest thing that got me, that was the most third world I'd ever been.
Yeah.
They had a dictator. It was really bad, but no carpet. Right? I bet you most of those floors were dirt, like hard packed dirt and stuff.
No
Maybe
toilets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, heck, it wasn't that bad.
Pooping hole in the ground. They don't use toilet paper. They just wipe with their hand and.
Yeah.
Their left hand, I believe, right?
Nope.
I don't know about
It's
that.
it's the right hand.
Right.
And I'm not trying to offend any.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
let's-
take that out.
anything
Sorry,
like that.
guys.
It's just
No, no,
just
listen,
pointing out
it is
that-
what it is,
Just
but-
pointing out the major differences, right?
Yeah.
I mean, something so simple as a toilet in your house that you're used to using, and then you go to a place that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, and that would be considered like a massive luxury.
Oh,
to
yeah.
have that type of like plumbing or running water.
Well, they'd also think of it as a waste
It's
too.
just- but think it from a sanitization point. I mean, or a sanitary position. Like, I mean, it ravages the people with diseases and viruses and all kinds of stuff that we take for granted. You know, I mean, it's just so. I mean, so anyways, that's what that tattoo's about.
There's several countries like that, by the way, where they're drinking water.
all over the world.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's so unsanitary. Everything about their waste. Oh gosh.
The Ganges,
So that's
Ganges
so.
River?
Hey, that
largest countries
brings up a good point though. Like the reason we're so prosperous is, I mean, we have abundant, reliable, affordable energy.
Bringing it back.
It's a
Just bringing it back.
It's a massive game changer for any country to have reliable, abundant resources, energy resources.
Well,
Amen.
but that starts at the top. Like Afghanistan, Iraq have great resources, but their leadership, right?
Sure.
It's not spread out.
Wouldn't
It's very
dare talk about
consolidated.
the politics. Of
Yeah,
those
I don't
countries and
think.
their religions,
I
but,
think
like,
on a
they're-
talking energy show, we're probably going to solve all the world's problems right here. Everybody,
yeah,
cheers to
well,
that.
We're gonna need another
Back
one
to
of
this.
these.
Let's back up to.
I
Hey, by the way,
our office.
if you're just now tuning in, this is the Talking Energy Show, brought to you by Trace Management Studios.
Night Energy and Winter Mud as well, and Tag Drilling Motors
You know what?
today.
Our guests pour our liquor, and hey, from now
Happy
on,
to.
we should like have parting gifts for our guests too. We should always have it. We should buy a bottle for this and a bottle to go. By
I think you should have
Hochito.
your guests bring you whiskey.
Thank you.
Yeah, but not yeah. So
Did you
you
bring
yeah.
the whiskey?
I brought this one actually.
Okay,
brought-
well,
You
yeah.
did. He did. I saw him
That's
carry
funny
that in.
because I already saw it was here. I'm a little lost. He hadn't even heard of it.
It's a small little place.
This is the first bottle of brown water that's ever been brought into Trace by a guest.
Yeah, we were really concerned here.
I've had no whiskey in this building.
Never before.
No, never.
All right, dude. So, and
Trace
actually,
Tower.
those are really cool tattoo stories, but I believe you have another one.
Oh my gosh.
That's the one.
yes.
There we
I got a couple
go.
more.
No, I want to hear. Well, let's get into the next step of your life.
Yeah.
We
You're
had
talking about
to
his
get there.
stamp on his back?
Yeah, not his butterfly.
I mean,
tattoo.
I
Like,
love anything
skip past the
military.
military.
I'm ready to go for it.
Matt, do you have the military?
So I left the military. I say that like real quick. So I left
There's
the
no quick stories
military.
here.
When I got back from Iraq, I bought a '72 Chevelle.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
periwinkle blue, and it was fantastic. It was the coolest car I ever owned.
Fantastic.
SS396.
No, it was not that cool. It was like a redone car. I had a small block 350 in it, and it was
Still
big
badass.
seats, so it was like the Malibu style. But it's still freaking cool. I
Still
loved it.
badass.
Still badass.
Still badass.
Loved it.
Chevelle.
It was loud, and
Yep.
you know, the Flowmasters on it. And all this. I'm
Oh, yeah.
I'm not exactly a car guy, but I've loved that car. Anyways, I left the military. I didn't have any money. Really saved up. You don't make any money in the military, but and so I sold that car, and then I went and traveled Europe for a handful of months, just backpacking around and whatnot. And then I came back to the States. Didn't really know what to do.
So wait, you just tell me how you just all of a sudden you get out. You're like, you know what? I'm not ready to go home. Did you have friends, or did you just get a
Plane
one of
ticket
those
and just go?
passes? Yeah.
So I never took a vacation when I was in the military, and so I saved up all my leave, and so because it rolls over, right? And
Right.
So I took what's called terminal leave. So basically ETS'd or left the military officially, like on paper I signed my stuff, like 4 months before my end of term was actually done. But all of that was just vacation time. And so what I did is I went to North Carolina and I went to an Air Force base and I got on a plane there because you can fly for free.
Yeah.
Effectively, you just pay for your lunch. It cost me like $2.50 to fly to Italy.
Which is
I flew
awesome.
to Spain, rode to Spain, and it cost me like $2.50. You just pay for your lunch,
Yeah.
basically.
My sister's done it a ton of times.
Yeah.
She said it's
It's really
such
cool,
an
yeah.
awesome for y'all.
Yeah. So I got off the plane and rode to Spain, and it was like I forget what it's called, like a C-11 or something like that. I'm terrible memory, but it was the second largest plane in the world. I think.
C-10?
Maybe, and you can fit like a bunch of
Everybody's
someone
lined
told
up
me
on
a
the
story
walls and all
that
that.
I don't know, you can fit like 8 Greyhound buses in there or something. It's humongous. It's
Yeah,
humongous.
massive.
And it's just a cargo plane, but they have some seating and it's on the top. And I was the only one on that plane, and you sit backwards too, so you're flying this way. Anyways, it's a weird feeling. There's no windows, so you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
actually feel where you are or whatever.
But those seats are made for comfort, so that's good.
You're the only one
I
there.
spent one of Tom's
Yeah.
days, and I was on the C2A aircraft, and these things, I installed the seats, and I don't want to be in these seats.
It was an interesting flight. Anyways, it was cool. So I landed in Rhoda, Spain, and I had an acoustic guitar and I had a bag of clothes, which was my green duffel from the military, and I just walked off base.
That's
And
awesome.
I found
By yourself?
Found a liquor store, bought a bottle of wine. I went to the beach and I just drank that bottle of wine, and then I started a little adventure in Europe. Yeah, it was cool. So yeah.
Dude, that's
That's
one thing.
awesome.
I just realized I can't find my sea bag. I still have one pair of utilities, like some of my BTUs, I guess, that you call. But I can't find my sea bag. That is the only thing I want.
I don't think I have anything left from.
I got rid of
those
most of mine. Honestly, I only have one picture. Do you have any pictures of your time in the military? I have one.
I have a couple of Polaroids from some
We're
me
aging
and some of
ourselves.
the guys in Iraq
wow.
that we took, but
Shake
I mean,
it.
not really. I mean, I'm terrible about keeping
Yeah,
stuff.
me too.
I travel light. I try to keep it that way. I think it. I'm bad. I'm bad about keeping in touch. I'm bad about keeping stuff. I just kind of rid myself. Of things
We've
and
noticed
move on.
along your journey, just kind of like, you know what, you're always moving forward. That's what I can see out of you.
I try. Yeah.
Innovation,
Certainly
Maverick,
traveling
Move in
moving
some
forward.
direction.
Maverick
Yeah.
Innovation. How's that not a company?
I know.
Should be.
Maverick Innovation.
Yeah. Well, I'm
might
so far,
be.
I'm
Yeah.
super excited and
start it.
impressed
I know
by
we're
your
not
story.
starting. It's, starting out. It's a holy company. We'll figure it out.
Don't worry about it.
How much
Maverick,
did
you'll
you
figure
love
yourself out.
Europe, though? Oh my gosh,
I
man!
love it.
Europe is
It's cool.
amazing.
It's a different culture I've never seen before.
I
loved
was an
it.
exchange student. I got
People-
lucky.
Yeah, I mean, you wake up in the morning and you go and you start drinking coffee, and people start drinking wine like an hour later.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and they just eat like meat and
It's
cheese
good
on
for you
bread.
that
And
way.
like, I mean, it's like sandwich without mayonnaise, and basically you just tooled around. I would go to like hostels and stay and meet a bunch of other travelers and stuff, and they'd be going somewhere, and either I'd jump on board or I'd go somewhere else, and I saw bullfights and flew all over, and I mean rode trains, and I mean it was amazing, man.
Just you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a buddy that did something similar, but it was. I don't know if you guys want. It's 5
No,
minutes. It's
I love 5 minutes. It's
All right.
fine.
All right. So I have another friend. We're all going to his bachelor party. We decided to do it in Vegas, and all the groomsmen go. We're having a blast, and one of the guys meets a girl. One of the groomsmen, a massage therapist.
No, she was a Christian and a church girl.
From Germany that was in Vegas by herself, and he marries her by Elvis. Like
No.
Nice.
the
This is movies.
the dude actually getting married comes back to Oklahoma, and me and one other guy also came back, and then two of them stayed there. The other two groomsmen, honestly, the two best men, they stayed there, kept partying, and they got married by Elvis. It was so cool because they put it over Wi-Fi, right? They videotaped.
Oh, so
it.
everybody can do it.
Yeah, they
Oh.
sent us a link so we could watch it real time. And you see
Yes.
one of them just running around screaming. He's got like these mutton chop things on the side of his face, and then of course they're up there with Elvis marrying him. And so he marries her, and the wedding is that weekend. So they'd already stayed there 3 days too long. So they come back just in time to get to the wedding, and he brings her. Yeah,
No.
this
Yeah, it's his
massage
new
there.
wife. Yeah.
So it comes back. They
No,
have a good
it's his
time.
wife now.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Sorry,
not
it's
his
his wife.
girlfriend.
Now
His
it's his
fiance.
wife.
I didn't even get a chance to say fiance when
She's
she
lovely.
Yeah.
They
She
skipped
was
that
not.
stage.
She is too.
So anyway, she lived in Germany, and my buddy Jared, he's like 38, 39, and he was ready to settle down. He'd never been married, and he just met this girl, had a great time with her over the weekend. So they try to make it work. She goes back,
Why would you not?
and he actually worked in oil and gas with us. He's out of it now, but he goes out
Please
there
come
to see
back.
her.
I need more guys like you in my
I know.
life.
No, he's a blast. But he goes to see her over there. He's there for like 24 hours. She hated that he wore a hat, and so he's like, "All right, fuck this."
What, did he have a beautiful lock of hair? Or
Yeah, great hair, sure.
No, but they
I
don't.
mean, like,
they don't
I
wear
don't want to say
hats though,
flowy
right?
lock, but it was good hair.
Okay, so when I was an exchange student, one of the funniest thing was I'm American kid. I go over there. I have a baseball cap on all the time, and there was a little bit of turmoil, like in Berlin at the time. I think we went in one of the cities, and they're like, "Hey, you got sneakers on, blue jeans, your little polo, and your baseball cap. Like, you could not look more American right now. Take all that off." I was like, "Oh, okay, interesting."
Well, she hated it. That like within 24 hours they knew that this was bad. So he's like, "All right, well I don't fly back for 2 weeks." So he got one of those tram passes
Yeah.
and left her, and just similar to you, just traveled for the next couple of weeks by himself. Met cool people everywhere at the hostels.
Wow.
Flew back and got it annulled. He had to pay her some money though. She wasn't walking away with nothing. So. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like the craziest
Wow.
thing. No, so I get this random link because we're all in a group message, and we just get a link, and you're afraid to hit the link. If your
Don't
buddies
ever-
are sending you
yeah.
a link in a group message. Eventually do it,
Just go with it, Jeremiah.
and you see it's a wedding chapel in Vegas. And sure enough, they come
You
walking
click on
down.
it. Yeah, you click on that.
Yeah. He's like,
You
yeah,
watch
yeah,
it. You definitely watch it. But it was a wedding chapel.
Just
that
Chapel
built
of
it.
Love. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because all of a sudden you just see one of them pop into the camera. Whoa, he's got these mutton chops. Anyway, that was my little story, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so
Okay.
You went to Europe.
So you're in
Anyways.
Europe. You get done. Yeah.
I travel around for a while and then fly back to the States anyways.
So you're keeping in touch with your mom and your family this whole time. Like, you guys seem
I don't
like
think I
he
talked to
knows
him.
it.
I don't think I
Yeah.
talked to him the entire time. Yeah. So
Wow.
we're yeah.
Moms
we're,
love
We're
that.
close. Yeah,
No.
we're a close family, but
But you're young and
but-
you don't
but-
understand.
But
See, son, when
we
you're
just- we
listening to
don't
this,
communicate a lot. Yeah. It's,
they want to hear from you, by the way.
sure. Yeah. I feel that now that I'm a father. And I
Yeah,
feel
you know it
yeah,
now.
now that
I just want to
I
tell you,
found
like,
out I can
call
be
me all the time.
you're going to
this-
get this
this
paid
would
back to
scare
you
the hell
so
out of
bad.
me.
She's going to do whatever she wants to do, and you're going to be like, hey,
My
would you
daughter-
call me? Like, no.
If
They're
my
not going
daughter
to
does
call you.
any of the things that I did, it would
They're going to do 10
times.
times.
Well, she could
the
do
things.
some of them. Like you've done pretty well for yourself. So
Yeah.
So anyway, I go back to the States. I start just traveling again around. I do a trip around the United States, and I went from Georgia all the way through the South, through Texas, and then up through Utah and just staying in like national parks and just traveling around. Anyways, went down to San Diego and then all the way up the coast to Vancouver.
Did you have like a traveling van and you were just living out of the
No,
van?
I was
Yeah,
in
but
the Buick.
VW.
You got the Buick
at
back.
that period, I'd met a girl who I was traveling with, and we were in a Volkswagen.
I knew it was Volkswagen.
Jetta, and we had a little Jack Russell Terrier, and we were just camping in national parks, just traveling around the United States. It was
Sweet.
fun. Yeah, we got to see kind of all kind of stuff. It was rad.
Jetta.
Miss
Yeah.
Nunez, he loves you more.
That wasn't my car; it was hers. I was
Yeah.
kinda along for the ride a bit. And then so came back to Georgia, and then moved to Austin, Texas, and then Austin. I was back in restaurants. I started managing restaurants, and then started working. for a guy.
Did you ever work in the Magnolia Cafe?
No, I know it well though.
Yeah, and I
just eat
love
there
it,
all
man.
the time. Yeah.
It's
Open 24 hours a day,
it's still my favorite place to eat in
been there.
Austin.
Really?
Yeah, my
amazing.
my
Super
brother's
famous,
yeah.
yeah.
He works
Really?
for
Austin,
FedEx, and so I've been going. He left college. I mean, after he left college at UCO, he went down to Austin, Texas, with his wife, and they had a bunch of my amazing nieces and nephews, and I get to go down there and visit Magnolia Cafe. I gotta
Yeah,
hit
man.
it every time.
You can get egg rolls and omelets at 4 a.m. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Beautiful
Ooh.
place.
Yeah.
Man,
it's
Austin's
cool. It's a cool
a
place.
blast.
Yeah. Austin was a cool town. I enjoyed living there. I worked in a few different restaurants, and then ended up working for a guy. I started managing restaurants, and he had an entertainment group, so there was bars and restaurants and all kinds of stuff, art gallery. And then I helped him sell a restaurant. I didn't do a whole lot. I helped him prepare for it and whatnot. Basically, worked myself out of a job in some sense because he was trying to sell his assets, and we were capable of doing it. And so I found myself basically without a gig or anything really interesting to do at the time. I was living in Austin. It was about to be South by Southwest, which is a big music festival there. If you know
Everybody
anything
should
about
go to that, by the way.
Yeah, it's really
It's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah, it's like a whole week they just shut down the whole city
Yeah.
basically. Put a band in everything you can put it in, garage, a parking lot, of every bar and every restaurant.
Oh, man, what a
it's really
good
cool.
time.
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of it. So I went to San Antonio. I found a food truck on Craigslist. I went and bought a food truck and I put a hot dog stand in.
Yeah, dude. Austin is like, what? Yeah.
And
This
so I
thing-
went and bought a food truck.
Yeah.
So so this thing was coming up. I didn't have anything to do, so I was like, okay, well, we'll just fucking sell hot dogs to drunk people. It should be easy, right?
It's
Right,
South by
perfect,
Southwest.
yeah.
Why not? And I probably ate a hot dog out of your food truck at some point in Austin.
Good chance you did, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Were these all beef? Oscar Mayer? Were you picky on this?
Yeah, I was very picky on it. Yeah.
He made his own.
No,
It's Austin,
no,
Texas.
no, it'll take a while. Yeah, so I bought this food truck, and the guy that I had previously worked for still owned a couple of bars. They were up on Red River. One was called Club DeVille, and so he let me put my truck in his parking lot for free for that South by Southwest.
I know right
Made a
what
bunch,
you're talking
made a
about.
bunch
Oh,
of
I
money. We're fucking 20 hours a day for 10 days or something like that. But
Hot dogs.
Yeah, just cooking hot dogs.
Were you living in that thing, by the way? The food truck?
No, never lived in a food truck. No, it was that would be bad.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Wait a minute. Are you
Right,
saying
so-
the hot dog ate possibly
You
was
were so
unsanitary?
dramatic.
No,
So
it was
just trying to
we
figure it
kept it clean. It was
course
just
you did.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything.
Because
about that.
Austin health codes
Our-
top notch
I'm not questioning
Our
that.
first food truck was very small, like very, very small, like the size, close to the size
of a howitzer.
Hey, was Leslie Cochran your cheerleader?
Leslie Cochran.
I don't know. Oh, Leslie. That's
Leslie.
right. I actually think he is too young to have known Leslie.
I don't even know who this is. He's 39. How old are
Yeah.
you?
Hey, everybody from Austin, Texas, listening right now. Leslie, God bless your soul.
I
Take care.
love
God bless.
Leslie. My first time to go and meet with Jones Energy down there, and
man.
Leslie comes riding by me in a yellow banana hammock, and I was like, "What was that?" Oh, that's Leslie. That's normal.
What is Leslie?
Leslie was a.
Oh, are you talking about the guy who ran for
This is a
mayor?
person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he had died before this
Oh.
period.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, there was
he
a
was
rec-
around for many years when I was living in Austin.
Like, there
And
was
he
that record
he's
store
like a
right next to, like-
homeless guy.
yeah.
That I think actually had a nice home or something. There was all these weird stories about.
Lots
of
him.
stories.
But he ran for mayor, and I think
Almost won.
Did pretty well.
There's a collector bird.
He
There's a
would walk around downtown. He's an extremely tan man, skinny, tall guy, and he always wore thongs.
Oh.
And just that's all he wore. And he would
Well,
just
that's why
walk
he's skinny.
around and just talk to people. And
Nice weather
do
down in
weird
Austin.
stuff. He did a lot of weird stuff, but like he'd just be out and like 2:00 in the morning. People would leave
Keeping it
bars.
weird in
It's
Austin.
just- I mean, he was yeah.
That's cool.
But he was cool, dude.
I
mean,
think
he's a
I think
great
I have
guy.
a photograph
he's nice.
of
Was
him
easy to talk
hugging
to.
Misty.
Did he have
No.
shirts
Yeah.
for like running for mayor? Kind of like
No, he just was naked most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's
there,
not. It's not. Yeah.
he used
it's
to have
not bad.
different outfits, and there's supposedly there's
Accepting
a
of his
collector.
body.
There's a collector's doll that you can get that you can change the outfits on. That's worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No
Yeah,
way.
because the people put out like
That's
little
not-
flyers for him.
Yeah, he was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
When it was one of those things where like, oh, that's Leslie, oh, that's Leslie. But
He was a
I
big deal
remember when
after he passed.
died,
Okay.
And I'd be crazy if he. I hope that he didn't die, but I'm pretty sure that I remember that happened. And then like kind of he became like a kind of hero. Or
Leslie, if you're still around,
yeah,
He's gone.
Oh,
he
gone.
definitely is.
Oh, he definitely
Yeah,
gone.
I think
Yeah,
he's-
yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he's
right?
definitely
I
passed
have a
away.
bad memory, so I didn't want.
Nobody was jumping in to say.
I
no,
didn't
he's
want
passed.
to.
He passed away
Say for
very
sure.
tragically.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
he kind of became the Austin hero like after.
Austin's like really my only like second city, just because I go down and visit my brother so much down there, and
I have family there too.
yeah, I
and
love that town. It's always
It's fun, man. There's great restaurants.
you know what?
There's,
We
like,
live in a
lots-
capital city. That's a capital
Yeah.
city. It's probably like that connection. Like Texas capital
go.
city is fantastic, and so is Oklahoma City. God bless
I
America.
take Austin over Houston and Dallas any day.
Agreed.
And only just because of the crazy freaking traffic. Like
Really?
people in Dallas. My wife is from Dallas. We go there a lot.
Oh,
Our parents
God.
still live there.
I love Dallas.
People drive like fucking assholes there.
No.
And it drives me insane. I mean, people will change lanes at 65 miles an hour, like, and give like
What you're
6
s-
inches between
How
cars.
much you need?
Oh
man?
yeah.
What you're saying to me is that
And-
they're just better drivers.
They're
than
just
us.
drafting.
I mean, I guess they're
There's
they're
efficiency.
Tokyo drifting or whatever they're doing. I don't know. I mean, it's just chill. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
how much faster are you going to get to your destination?
So
Well, Dallas was way worse than
all right,
Houston.
I'm thinking like
You're thinking-
seconds.
I think
Yeah.
that about that a lot, actually. Is this move going to actually save me any time? You know what? I come to the final conclusion after I've done it regardless.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. I just don't.
Whatever. He's like, yes.
But every once in a while, I will make the stoplight. But on a probability, like how often it actually happens,
Yeah.
the guy's behind me, and now he's just mad and honking at me.
Yeah.
He's just telling you you're number
Most times
one.
it worked out.
Number one.
I drive. I mean, I drive like an old lady. I guess I don't know.
You
I
backpack
cruise.
around
I
Europe,
cruise.
and then you get into like
He's so used to
I
holding
cruise.
traffic in Austin,
It's been
Texas.
around,
It's
you
a
know?
scary time for you at that time
Yeah.
in life.
You know, I just
So this hot dog truck that you have, like, is it like a competitive hot dog truck, or like you guys like a gourmet hot dog truck?
gourmet.
Like, what are you
we-
doing
we-
with this hot
we
dog
did,
truck?
We called it Simple Jacks,
Simple Jacks.
and this was
Where's that
in the
name?
time period that
gosh,
Tropic
that-
Thunder came.
Yeah.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Ben
God.
Stiller.
Yeah, we thought that was funny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we called it Simple Jacks, and all we did was just we did hot dogs and chili dogs, and that was it. And we did Frito pies. So we made chili and we had hot dogs, so we made Frito pies because we had the chili.
Did you make the chili?
Yeah, we made the chili. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, homemade chili. There you go.
Yeah.
So, are we ever gonna see Simple Jacks again? I'm
No,
just gonna-
Simple Jacks is gone.
Are
man.
you sure?
Gone.
Yeah,
So
I'm just throwing it out there.
after that South by Southwest, we made good money. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just try this for a while. Like, I'll do a food truck thing for a while. This will be fun. And the hot dog thing didn't really like play, or I didn't think it would play out. So I changed the style and the menu of the company into a company called Austin Daily Press, and we did grilled sandwiches, and it's like paninis basically.
Oh, yeah,
I
press
don't
sandwiches.
like the name panini or the term.
We
panini.
should-
I don't know why. I just
Is
like
there
it.
an
It
is there an
doesn't-
American version
it's
of
not
a
very national.
panini?
Yeah, it's called grilled sandwich.
Yeah.
Grilled
yeah.
sandwich. Hello,
That's like saying
everybody.
whipped potatoes. They're
Yeah.
mashed potatoes. They've always been mashed
Yeah.
potatoes. When I see that on a menu,
I'm not whipping them. I'm mashing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so American grilled sandwiches.
With grill marks on it,
Please,
grill marks.
please
So
come
I-
and eat
so-
American grilled
so it's-
sandwich.
Yeah, so we started this up, and I took on a partner, and she was awesome. This girl Amy, she was just looking for a business to get into, and so we partnered up, and we started kind of fairly elaborate. We bought a new food truck, much bigger and more supplies and accessories and whatnot, and we started doing Austin Daily.
There's a
Press
lot of press
food
sandwiches
trucks.
to make.
And we were in the same place down in Red River in Austin, Club DeVille, and it kind of took off. It was popular, and so but we couldn't sell enough to make enough money to keep doing it. Like
Right.
we liked doing
It
but
seems like
it was
food
there's just
costs
not
are-
enough
food
people
costs
in
are
that
always
one tiny
crazy in
corner
there.
of
And
Austin.
you couldn't get your price point like too
No,
high,
I
or
mean,
they
it's
wouldn't even
grilled
buy it.
sandwich.
I've seen
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay episodes enough now. I'm starting to
Yeah,
get
it's
this.
just like
It only took us
it's a
30
cool
years.
idea. So what we did is we decided we're going to start delivering sandwiches, and so we hired a bunch of bike messengers that worked during the day. Fixed gear bikes were a huge thing in Austin at the time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
Oh my
everybody's
gosh.
on a fixed
You guys
bike.
know
Is
Austin,
fixed gear
Texas at this
not a
point.
BMX bike?
No,
That
no,
means
no,
it's
it's
like a
it's-
road
it's a road
bike
bike.
with no brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a
What?
single
And so
gear.
you have to like stop with your legs.
Yeah.
Wait, like put your feet down?
So you
like
know when a
that,
bicycle,
or
you're riding a
back?
bicycle and you stop pedaling and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen on a fixed gear. Your feet keep going.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
There's
like,
no freewheel.
You're the whole motor for the bike.
Which is
And so-
awesome.
And the brakes.
Really?
There was a movie
It's
on
like a
it.
whole thing. I don't
Yeah.
really
Are they
understand
good?
why.
Because
No,
it's,
no, no,
because
no,
it's
no,
Austin,
downhill.
Texas, and
I
they
know,
have,
man.
they have
I was talking about
engineering.
downhill
It's like a
on my
cool
feet, though.
thing at the time. No, you can't. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, that's what I say. It seems
You got to
inefficient.
keep pedaling. Yeah, it's
Every single
Well,
thing
you
you do
take your
is
feet off, but the pedals are
so already you're thinking about motors and tag in the
Well, I said
future.
that brings it back. What is that tattoo there? that one. What is it?
that one?
That's F equals ma. That's Newton's second law. I got that after I graduated college.
Not that one. The other one.
So this is grill 'em all.
Grill 'em all. What is grill 'em all?
So grill 'em
I think
all.
this is what I was trying to get
This is
to
what
this
you're
whole
trying
time.
to get
Yeah,
to.
what is
Oh,
grill 'em all?
man.
No,
He's
I
just
don't
going
care.
there.
45 minutes ago is fine.
What
Yeah,
is grill
we-
'em all?
hey guys, if we
This
don't
is y'all's
kill,
fault.
Wait,
first,
you
hey,
want to give a free
Yeah.
advertisement to Grill 'em all? Does it still exist?
They still exist. Yeah. they're-
Grill 'em all in Austin, Texas. This Ho Chi Town
This
is
guy
for
named
you.
Ryan
Welcome.
Harkins still runs that business. Freaking cool guy. I hadn't talked to him in a while, but so they're out in LA and they have a couple brick and mortars now, I think.
Wait, were they in Austin though? Is that where you met them?
No, I met him.
Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, you're done.
So we ran this food truck for a while. Anyways, we got this delivery system thing going for bars. Didn't want people to leave their bars that didn't have food, and so we put menus up in their bars, and we made like hot delivered sandwiches to their bar stools.
Oh, sweet
That was our
idea.
thing. So our tagline was like as toasted as you are, and we delivered
As
hot
toasted
sandwiches.
as
I
you
love
are.
that.
We delivered
That's
our
awesome.
sandwiches in the Onion, the newspaper. They're like,
Yeah,
serial
we know the
newspaper.
Onion.
Yeah. So, anyways, give people something to fucking read and eat a sandwich, and they didn't have to leave the bar, and the bar liked it because the people didn't leave to go eat food. So, anyway, so it took off. It
Took
went really
off.
well.
Was that where do you put it in the Porta Johns where you got like your
No, I
advertisement?
mean they let us put like menus up on the bar.
Did you have to pay them? Or
No,
how does that
no,
work?
they
Just
just-
they
no.
They loved it
symbiotic?
because
Yeah.
Keep them in the
otherwise,
bar.
Those
Yeah.
people are going to leave and go
Right.
eat. And so this kept them. They were just like, okay,
Use
cool.
more energy
This
in the
guy's going
bar.
to sit here and drink beer
Talking
all night
energy.
because they can get a
More
sandwich
energy.
now. Yeah. And so anyways, that was kind of the thing that pushed Austin Daily Press along, and so then the Food Network reached out to us,
What?
Okay, okay.
and
Oh, I'm with the lights on here.
and they asked us to make a video for a show that they were coming up with, which was food trucks traveling across the country, like battling each other.
Oh,
So I
pimp.
made a
Are you
video.
talking about the food truck battle show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's called,
Yeah.
it's called the Great American Food Truck Race.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay,
well,
I'm
Yeah,
a food
see,
truck. I'm a
that's
Food
why
Network.
Corey
Thank you,
is here. I
Jeremiah.
wanted to
Thank
hear
you,
about
Corey.
all the-
Oh, this is getting good.
We were on the first season of that. So,
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's on the screen. Corey can't see it right now, but it's on the screen.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna put
promise
it
you, that's some
right
great
here.
Yeah,
pictures there.
I'm gonna go and
I
get
tried to
all
put it
this.
up before. I was just gonna randomly throw it up.
Oh,
You on the
dude, that's so
Network show.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
What?
So they,
I'm
yeah,
so
they reached
hungry
out. So
right
we
now,
made a-
too.
Dude, I want
We
to.
made like 2 or 3 videos, and like we were like trying to be all professional cooks and making
No.
fucking grilled sandwiches, and we were like, this is stupid. And at the last moment, we had some buddies of ours who were like professional cameramen that did like music videos and stuff like that in Austin, and they helped us out for free. And it was really nice. But so the very last like moment, we were just like, screw this isn't us. And so we basically just drank a bottle of Jim Beam and played Billy Joel and fucking like made one sandwich and just like sang Billy Joel songs in the video. And
I love Billy
Can we
Joel.
find the video?
yeah, you can still find it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey everybody, tuning in
Yeah.
right now. This is Talking Energy Show.
Oh
Corey
my
Nunez,
gosh,
and then
okay.
just
So
hashtag Billy
song
Joel
is it?
Food Trucks.
This was a long. This was a
Which
long
songs?
time ago.
What
You might as well
song?
tell
Wait,
us. We're gonna-
What song was in the video? Come on.
Why do I even have
Which
to
one
search
was
for
it?
I think
this?
it was-
White Wedding?
I think it was You May Be Right. Or
You
it was
may
just-
be right.
What is that
You
one? How's
may
it
be
go?
right, you may be a
You're right.
You may
sandwich.
be crazy.
You may like Ho Chi Town and the Talking Energy Show so much.
So I can't remember exactly, but anyways, yeah, you can find it. And
So the name of the
That's-
truck was it? What again?
for the yeah,
Guys, I'm a little
The-
afraid
the name
that
of the
we're not
company
gonna be
was-
able to
No,
hear
you
Corey.
keep going with
No,
this.
I'm a little afraid we're not
We're
gonna be able to
killing
hear-
this bottle.
name-
I can't
Yeah,
hear
right.
Corey in my ears.
No,
Is
we
he-
can. Yeah, he's on.
He's definitely getting picked up. All right.
For
I'm
those
about
tuning
that.
in, this
I'm
is
a
Corey Nunez and the Talking Energy Show, and we're killing off a bottle of Ho Chi Town.
Ho Chi Town.
So
There we go.
Can you hear me any better?
Yeah, I
A
can.
little
Probably.
bit.
I'm just a little worried, man. I don't want to
Yeah,
do this
like-
again.
Guys,
you
don't
might turn
worry.
him up
We're gonna
just a
do
little bit.
no.
Matt, it's all right. It's good. It's good.
I promise
I'll
you.
leave it alone. I just don't
Here,
hear.
guys, everybody watching, watch this. There's a little green bar. Corey, go ahead, say something.
Hello, hello, hello.
I
Well,
like-
no. Talk like he was before.
He was talking like
He's
he was
very chill.
before.
Okay.
Guess what? We're gonna hear him just fine at the
All right.
Talking Energy
I'll
Show.
leave it
He
alone.
seems very confident.
Man.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
he
like
does.
that. I like that.
Well, you're
take
confident for traveling around the world since you're 16 years old to Austin, Texas, in a food truck on TV right now.
So we got picked up on the show. I guess the getting drunk and playing Billy Joel worked. So they called us and they said, "Hey, can you be in LA in like 2 days or 3 days or something like that?" We were like, "I guess, sure."
Wait, you got to.
I guess, sure.
So yeah, we had to get a truck.
Did they pay for it?
Yeah, they paid us to do the show.
It's
yeah.
TV
Did
money.
they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, we didn't make any money until we started the show or whatever. But so we had to kind of fix up our truck. They gave us some like. Because we just had a trailer. Everybody else had these big fancy food trucks, like you drive out in LA, roach coaches, right?
LA.
Like,
Yeah.
we just had
LA.
this- we had
Like
this
an old
trailer.
UPS truck.
Yeah, for anybody watching Letterkenny, LA.
I think we were the only trailer that's ever been on that show. I think they've always done the roach coaches, so I don't know. Maybe they just liked us enough or something. But so we packed up. We had to change our plumbing a little bit in the trailer, so we worked like all night one night. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Just to meet the California code. and traveled all the way out there.
story
Got there
so
one night,
much.
and then like started this show where we started up on some hill, and Tyler Florence is the guy, and we go down to San Diego or something like that and start battling. It goes like San Diego, and then started in L.A. There was like San Diego and Santa Fe, New Mexico, Fort Worth, Texas, and New Orleans.
Yes.
We lost in New Orleans.
Boo.
And then the show went on to somewhere in like Tennessee and then New York. And the guys that we met along the way, these guys who own a truck called Gorilla Mall, who were like just cool, heavy metal dudes, fun to drink with, like just awesome guys.
Yeah, it looks like Metallica.
So they had the Metallica theme, right? And instead of Kill 'Em All, it's Grill 'Em All.
Grill them all.
Yeah, and so we got drunk one night in New Orleans before we lost that show because you have a couple days in between, and we all went out. We all got tattoos, and so they got Austin Daily Press tattoos, and
They hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, no,
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa, whoa.
yeah, yeah.
They hold on. You have their tattoo.
Yeah.
They have your tattoo.
yeah.
Hey, Cory, play that.
Nice.
The camera thing. Let's let them see Grill 'Em All.
Don't worry. I'll take a.
Grill 'Em All still
I'll take
killing
a.
it.
I'll take a
Yeah.
screenshot.
Where's Grill 'Em All from? Are they Austin based?
LA.
They're LA based.
Yeah.
And they're still crushing it out
They're still
there.
crushing it. Yeah. So
Good for you guys.
Austin Daily Press is actually still running too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, down in Austin, they have 2 brick and mortar stores, I think now.
Because of you.
Yeah. Well, I started it. They took it way further.
Is that
than
his
we ever
truck?
did.
If anybody right now is
trailer.
listening to the show and eating at that restaurant, you better call him right now for their motors.
Corey's number will be plastered
If
across
you've
the
ever
screen.
even used the word
If you
tag,
guys- yeah.
you better get their motors.
His number will be up there though, so if you want to call him about getting some insurance on his car.
Hey, so
lock
since
machine
Miss,
or anything
so
like
what's
that.
your
But,
cool.
yeah,
It'll be blinking right here. Here it is, guys.
Wait.
car warranty. Please
Oh my
call.
God,
Please call.
guys,
I
hold
don't
on.
know
Whoa,
what it is, yeah.
whoa.
He has a lot of warranties. Loves them.
Dude, look at this picture I just found. Look.
what
Is
it?
that some shit?
Whoa!
It's him! Look at the tattoo!
All right,
Look at the tattoo!
All right,
I
hope
found
you guys
it!
can see this.
No one can see that. I'll get it
Young
later.
Cory.
Oh my
Young
God,
Cory.
look at
It looks. Hey, you still look like young Cory. My
Look at-
compatriots
he's
over
sexy
here.
fuck.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, those are
He's
earned
so
dad.
cash. You're so
Yeah.
cash there, man.
You know what? That's
Ah.
you have a beautiful dad bod. Don't even worry about it, buddy.
Thank
Look
you,
at
I
that.
appreciate
There you
that.
go, man.
Excellent
Check
work.
that out, man.
Yeah, Jeremiah, you're too man. This guy's skinny. I'm just saying.
I don't have the dad bod yet. I'm not a dad.
No, yeah,
I've
you gotta be a
dog.
dad.
I've got
You
some
don't.
alpacas.
You don't even earn this until you become a dad.
Dude, so I messed up so bad, and Matt can relate to me. You can, and
Yeah.
you definitely can. But our alpacas have a lot of hair, and I don't have a lot of hair to play
It's
with
it's
anymore.
Lapaca when he says that. Lapaca.
Lapaca.
This episode brought to you by Lapaca.
But no, I just someone forwarded me a bunch of pictures of people getting creative with their alpacas' haircuts
No.
because
Oh, no.
they grow a ton of fur or wool is what it's called, and we have to shave them every year once
It's
a year.
lull. Lapacas are lull.
So we just finally shaved them, but I found a lot of pictures where they got a nice side comb over, and then you got the mullet. Like they've done some creative stuff.
A
Do
lullet.
they have their own
We'll throw 'em
Instagram
up
page?
there.
La-
I don't
Lapacas
know.
are and
I'm
Lapaca
sure they
mullets
do.
are called lullets.
No, did you
The
make one
mullets.
for yours?
Well, I didn't do anything cool.
Oh,
I
you
wish
didn't?
I
Oh,
would've
okay, okay.
Did some cool haircuts. I didn't think of it, and it's a terrible process.
Do you have
to
a
watch
do you have a
happen.
lull cut like a, what is it, a lull hawk?
I'm gonna try to put a bowl on their head so
Yeah.
I can do a perfect bowl cut around.
Like
just like what the off.
I have no idea anymore.
No,
what we're
Pineapple
talking about.
Tropic Thunder? Or,
No, Pineapple Express?
No,
Is that
Simple
what you're
Jack.
gonna
I'm gonna
do?
have the same haircut as Simple Jack.
Oh, man.
I don't know how we. I don't even. Eventually, I knew we were going to talk about your Lapacas.
Oh, gosh.
And first of all, everybody
this a
watching
business?
this, Jeremiah has
No,
Lapacas.
I would like to make a
They're
business.
just your friend. They're just your
Wait,
friends.
do you have more than 5 acres?
They're just there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
they're
then
just
you're
there.
farm.
They're
Yeah.
just there with a donkey, by the
Yeah,
way.
well, it's
And
a British donkey.
they've crossbred donkeys and Lapacas. I'm
No.
Trying to.
Oh,
well,
my
I'm
God.
not even trying. They're trying. The
Stepmother-
donkey's
my
trying.
stepmother has alpacas, and she sells the wool.
You gotta have a significant amount. Is she around here?
No, they live in Georgia.
I was gonna say because I've got 6 bags of fur. My buddy Cory Chandler built
know.
some
I think
really
she
awesome
does
bass
stuff
lures.
with-
Yes.
She's
Hey,
got a
by
business
the way,
that she
everybody
makes,
watching
like,
this, reach
little
out to
things.
Cory Chandler. He builds bass lures with Lapaca skin.
A pack of fur.
Yeah,
Fur.
sometimes some heart. You know?
No, you gotta yeah. Little Lapaca
No,
chops.
So I'm trying to have like everything miniature, but if we were gonna like all my animals are like the miniature version of the big one.
Right.
My wife just told me we have a mini cow coming, and
Of course you do.
I abruptly said no,
What?
No.
but like I didn't want a
Sounds
mini
cute.
heifer.
Do you want a mini horse?
Yeah, I do want a mini horse.
What do you
Yeah,
do with a
you're
mini
right.
horse? They're mean.
Right.
They're
Hey,
like, why am I tiny? That guy's huge.
Right now after I want a mini Hochatown and a mini Cory. Right?
Okay, so I can hook you up. My mom, I know this is the weirdest thing ever. My mom is actually the president of the Miniature Horse Foundation.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. She actually sold a horse to a guy that was
How did I just know about this?
training it to be a seeing eye horse.
As long as he's been doing fossil fuel Fridays with me,
can't make
why do I not know
Horses
that
are
he's?
smart, but is that really a thing?
Yeah, so
Seeing
apparently he flew in from the East Coast, and I guess because for the cleanup, so that way, like if your dog has to go to the bathroom, right, like it really stinks. With a horse, it's not that bad, and a lot of times most people won't really say that much with horse,
Yeah,
and
horse
so
stuff.
What's the name of the company? Seaho? Like, Seaho's not bad.
I'm not putting that on this. Yeah,
No.
yeah,
But
whatever he says.
but
is
yeah,
going.
she literally, she sold it to a guy out on the East Coast, and he was going to train it to be a seeing eye horse.
Man,
I think it's incredible.
Yeah, right. It's pretty cool.
Until you
I'd
mow
like to
over
know-
their shit.
I'd actually like to know more. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We'll have
So
to talk after this.
okay, deal.
Ready
We'll
to
talk
invest.
afterwards. I'll hook you up with it. She was actually at Fort Sill for 27
are
years.
you getting? Are you about to get a miniature horse for your daughter?
I would. My wife and my daughter. would
That's
love
one of our parting
Oh.
gifts, by the way. You get
Yeah,
a miniature
you get
horse.
a
We have it
pony.
right outside the.
You get a mini horse.
Yeah.
You get a mini
Everybody
horse.
gets a mini horse. Hey, everybody! If you're just
I just made you famous. You're welcome.
if you're just now tuning in to the Talking Energy Show, you get a mini horse when you're a guest on the Talking Energy Show. God bless everybody.
They're flying in. Unfortunately, we couldn't spring enough to have them insulated cages, so most
Yeah.
of them died. It's very cold up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. 30,000.
But she does. She actually has the little wagons for them and every like miniature versions of like a stagecoaches, like everything. It's crazy.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
All right,
I know
so
this is way off topic, but I'm in.
I
I'm
got it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Like,
interested.
of all
Is
the
it-
things we've talked about, that was the one thing. Like,
no, like
when
we can
somebody
always.
wants to-
That's why we called it. And Jeremiah talked about this at length when we decided on the name of the show, the Talking Energy Show. Everybody comes back to energy, right? Like all of the crap we're talking about right now. You know how much energy it takes to feed a horse? The Talking Energy Show, everybody, feeding horses worldwide.
Takes a lot of energy to do all these.
Running your
The water.
your trailer across America to feed people with the grilled sandwiches
That they need.
that they need.
Oh yeah,
They don't deserve.
that does sound really good right now.
Yeah.
It was fun though. It was a good time.
So you enjoyed the show. Tell us about the show, man. Was it very staged, or were you kind of able to be? Were they like?
Do they
do something
give you-
cool?
do they-
So the fun
do they
thing
give you
about
lines?
reality shows
Yes.
is like you know when you see those cutaways of people talking about those moments that you see live or whatever, right? There's
Do
like
you
a bunch
watch-
of people
so-
talking
okay,
and they're
yeah.
arguing or whatever. That's not our show, but I just mean like I'm referencing like
I know exactly
Real
what you're
Housewives
talking
or something like that.
Yeah.
And they cut away to
I've
some
never watched
girl sitting there
Oh,
drinking
yeah.
a martini and saying like, "That bitch didn't," whatever. Yeah, like that's like 2 days later.
Okay.
Yeah, or at least that's how it worked in our show.
Yeah.
So like you would go and do like all this live stuff where you would, they tell you, hey, you got $500, go shop and go sell, and you got this many hours, and whoever has the least amount of sales, you get kicked off. And then 2 days later, you're sitting there talking about these like cutout moments that they're trying to like highlight, and I'm not an actor, I don't want to be an actor, and they've tried to get you to like get into the moment where it's like
You're into it because you want to win already.
I'm so mad about this thing that I saw, or whatever, and it's just like. I wasn't good at that. And
So you're like, I can't.
You weren't mad about the cheese price
no,
in
they'd
Fort
be
Worth,
like,
Texas.
hey, tell us about this thing that happened, and you guys got all excited about. And in the moment, I was very excited, and they caught it on camera, right, or whatever. But 2 days later, I'm like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you guys didn't. I remember. I didn't want to say that.
I haven't slept in 2
That's
days,
all
and I
curious
really
about
need to get back to
cutaways.
That's
making
all right.
food.
We did good.
Yeah.
Cool. We won. Or whatever. Like we didn't lose. Yeah, so
They're the winners.
it was
by the way.
it was that part of it was tough, and I would never ever do something like that again.
Why
Really?
would-
It was a cool experience.
You don't think you could take your motors across the
when I-
United
when I was
States of
at-
America
when I
and
was
like
at-
compete?
When I was in college doing petroleum engineering, they actually called back and asked if we wanted to do they wanted to do like a reunion year, like the best
Oh, that'd be
groups or
cool.
whatever.
Oh, that's cool. So you were impressionable.
I had already sold the company. I told them like I can't do this, but also I wouldn't have done it again.
Really? What did you hate about it?
I didn't hate it. It was an experience that I
He's
enjoyed.
always moving forward. We've
Well,
already
it's a-
established
yeah,
this.
you already
I always
did.
like
Been
I already
there,
did that.
It wasn't
Yeah.
worth reliving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or changing my path to
Oh, yeah,
I was
of
already
course.
on a whole nother
So
I've
you
got
did
a
a
new
food truck.
adventure.
What happened with the food truck? Came to an end. What happened? At some point,
So,
Corey's
no,
like, let's
because
do
of
something different.
So because of the publicity of the show, like we got really popular, really busy. We were making good money, and people were actually like seeking us out at that point. People were like, the travel to Austin.
You had a
were, like,
house in
seeking
California, a
out
house in
things
New York,
like this
you know.
because it was on the Food Network. And
Yeah.
blah, blah, right. And so with, three guys from Florida State University came and reached out to us, and they just graduated with their business degrees, and they wanted to buy the business, and so.
Whoa.
And so we negotiated a deal, and we sold the business to them, and they still own it. Or at least I think two of the three of them still own and run it. And so now they're 2 brick and mortars, and I think they still use the trailers for,
And when you
festivals
go
events
out
and
to the
things
brick and mortar, do you get free food?
No, because the people who work there don't.
Yeah, no.
But, I mean,
This is
I-
the guy.
I'm happy
This is
to-
the guy.
The
I'm
dude.
happy to pay for a sandwich.
Yeah.
That'd still be cool.
Well, you know,
though.
the hard part
to
about
keep
that,
those
they
guys
need that
going.
so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need that. Yeah, and so I mean, and I try to go there at least every other time I'm in Austin. I'm
Oh,
not
that's
there
cool.
that often, but I have family there, so I do go there sometimes. But
We
I
should
always
call
try to
ahead
go-
and get you like an appointment and be like,
Nah.
the original's coming back.
No, we need, we show up with a bunch of tiny horses and
Maybe ride them.
Oh man,
Just
So that was my mom is one of those crazy aunts, and the big
Crazy
thing,
aunt.
yeah, or aunt. I say aunt.
aunt.
I
You
don't
gotta
think
say
it's
aunt when you say
aunt.
crazy. You say aunt.
Aunts.
Uh.
So my mom is that weird one that brings the vibrator to the wedding, right? And
Oh,
the
that-
gift,
that
not
one?
just random vibrator, right?
This is for back massage
Sorry,
only,
guys.
by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah,
Anybody
sorry.
watching this, back massage
But
only.
she's that person. But she got me a blow up doll. So what do I do with this blow up?
I'm the only one on this podcast ever gonna keep this PG.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know,
But
like-
she gets me this blow up doll, and I got these alpacas.
G rating just went out the window.
Light bulb. I was like, I'm gonna get these alpaca. I'm gonna mount this thing to the alpaca.
Of course you are.
It didn't work.
No, you didn't
They're
have
zipping when they need to
Lady
be.
Godiva kind of esque.
I didn't have the right seats. Right.
Oh,
Anyway, all right. Sorry about that.
Man.
Well,
So
you got to use the seats that are made out of the carpets.
yeah.
They got plenty of hair. There's a lot of padding. I don't know. It didn't work. It didn't work. I tried it. and-
Lapaca Ladiva. There we go. Oh my goodness.
So, all right. So,
I don't need. Hey Corey, thank
Wow.
you so much for being
Yeah.
on the Talking Energy Show
Talking
with Corey.
okay. So
Nunez.
bringing it back. So you.
Tag motors.
Yeah. So the guy gets.
We're
done-
talking about your energy.
Tag Motors,
You
by the
sell
way.
the three guys.
If
No, no,
anybody
yeah.
doesn't want to tag Motors, everybody.
So
Corey
you sell it to
Nunez.
the three guys.
What's the website actually?
And then-
It's
Yeah, what's your website?
Tagdrilling.com.
tagdrilling.com.
.com.
We can harmonize a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
One,
Here
two,
you go.
three.
All right, wait. Are we just doing
One,
that?
two,
Do we go on three?
1, 2. I was just gonna let you guys do
No,
that
no.
and just find
You
out
got
what
the
happens.
sexy voice, man. You got to get in on
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
All right, let's start it out.
Don't
Start
ever
it
be
out. No, one more
embarrassed
time. We got sexy voice.
You're our
over
first
there.
guest. It's happening.
You got to go low. Are you a bass? Yeah.
I'll be a baritone.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll
here we
go
go.
up high.
It's usually me. I'll let you have that one.
The two baritones on this
I'll be
side and
the-
the two.
Tenors.
Is that what it is?
Is it?
Tagdrilling.com. It's not bad.
Not bad.
If it doesn't work out in the drilling sector, we may have another round.
We'll try.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, guys.
Justin Timberlake's
I'll put
gonna
this
hit me
over
up.
together.
Let's finish this.
Yeah, come on.
We have a lot to go, boys.
All right, gents.
Okay, so you got some partners, you got the food truck. You're like, all right, what you were doing? You had a lot of publicity, sales were great. Your time to get out, or what happened?
Yeah. It was just I didn't care for it. It was just it was a fun job for a while. It's not something I wanted to stick with, but it was fun. I mean, we got to
Oh wow,
travel across country and do a bunch of stuff.
Killed the
Anyways,
bottle.
It was great. So no, these guys approached us. We negotiated a deal. We sold the company. I think it's cool that the company's still open. I think it's great.
That's awesome, man.
We built a sustainable idea
Yeah, we're-
for a company, and those
famous
guys
people.
carried it on. And they did a much better job than we did. To be totally fair, they started like doing their own meats, briskets, and all kinds of stuff, and making their own cheese. I mean, like all kinds of stuff. They went real deep into it.
Well, that's
So,
great. Well, they already had a great platform. So
Yeah,
there's
they
really
got-
something to be
they
said
had a
for that.
foundation that we built.
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
So
yeah.
they knew they had the customer base, and then come in and
Yeah.
do some optimization.
Yeah, it was cool. So it's always nice to see that it's open. So anyways, I sold that business, and I didn't know what to do with myself. And so I said, all right, well, it's probably time. I was 27 at the time. I said,
You did all that before you were 27.
So I said, I'm going to go back to school. And so
On your
Wait,
own.
you never went to school, right? Well,
No, he did.
Well, you got a
secondary
GED.
education.
I had a GED.
Yeah.
So,
No advanced
so
education.
I went to Austin.
He has a degree in many things by now,
Oh,
by
I
the
know,
way.
I know.
I went to Austin Community College, and I started cooking breakfast at a like real fancy hotel, Hotel St. Cecilia down in Austin. Real cool place.
It's cool.
And they like do a bunch of there's a bunch of like real famous artists and stuff that come and stay there, and so I got to meet a bunch of cool people. But so I did that just to like kind of buy time, and I started at Austin Community College and didn't know what I wanted to do, and so I just took a bunch of random classes. And so I took like a history of religions and a philosophy class and a
Going deep.
and an algebra class and a gosh, I can't remember the other one. Anyway, I took a handful of just random things, and I really liked algebra, and I was surprised by that. I didn't remember liking. I mean, I've been through a bunch of shit. I don't remember liking math, but I enjoyed it, and it was fun. And I had didn't really care for some of the other like heavy writing classes, and I can't spell for shit, and still it's never changed.
You're good at math. That's
Grammarly-
all math.
Grammarly
Engineers and
like,
math. That's all you have to worry about.
So yeah, I had an algebra teacher who was really cool, and anyways, these were like night classes at a community college. But anyways, he kind of reached out to me at the end of the entire class after the whole thing. It was like, look, man, you got something here. You should probably look into like engineering or something like that. And so I literally that night Googled highest paying engineering jobs,
No.
Thank you, Google, for Corey Nunez.
and
And it brought up our industry.
yeah, and it said petroleum engineer, and I was just like, okay, cool. And
Sweet.
So I just started, searching down that and realizing what the curriculum needed to be for if you're going to like finish your first 2 years at a community college. And so I just did all of those classes, and they're cheap. You pay like $200 a class or something like that. So I just paid cash for all my classes. It was great. I got to do 2 full years of my college, or just pay out of pocket. And
That's great, by the way. You don't have to go to a 5-year or 4-year degree program at OU or something. Go to OCC.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
go get
Rose.
I did the same
Rose.
thing, Rose. So I got a bunch of my basics out of the way. You save a ton of money. It's great for the community.
Community college
Everything
is
about-
awesome.
Go to community
no,
college.
I
I had a great
support
teacher.
100%. Dude, some of my best teachers I've ever had were at community colleges.
Yeah, some of my hardest
at
classes.
Austin Community
yeah.
College, no kidding, no
I
bullshit.
learned.
And I went to a
I
bunch of their
learned.
different campuses. I went to 4 different campuses for different classes for the 2 years.
Holy crap.
And so I had some of the best teachers. And Colorado School of Mines is an amazing school, and I enjoyed most of all of my professors there. But I had some of the best teachers I ever had were at community
Yeah.
college, and it's like $200 a semester.
I wish I would have known
Wow.
it. For whatever reason, I didn't. So I didn't really realize that I could save some money because I was paying out of pocket myself. And so my second year, I was like, oh, wait. It was actually, I didn't have the availability for classes at where I was at because I was having to go at night, right? Probably similar to you, or I don't know.
Yeah, I was going at night.
Yeah, so, but OCC had it. And so I took a lot of classes there. And I was like, wait, this is way more economical for me.
Yeah.
And
It's the
it
same
was
as
schedule.
At
Yeah.
the end of the
you finish it
day,
out.
once you start working, nobody asks you where you started your college
Yeah.
career. They know where you ended it, right? And then that gets you your first job, and then your next job is based on the last job, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people forget about the chain of events pretty quickly. You don't need to have started at UT and ended at UT.
Literally, in no way do you need to.
No.
Like Jason Goss, one of the principals at Trace.
Trace management.
He did his first 2 years at OCCC.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
did he finish that?
OU.
Okay,
Yeah, he
okay,
got his
that's
PE
right.
from OU, but that was something. He was working on a Brahms farm here, and he had to pay for his own school and whatnot, so he went to OCCC.
He was at the Brahms farm?
Yeah.
Dude, that's hard labor, man.
Actually, well, that's
He just
not-
milked cows. It's Jason.
That's
don't
his
worry.
thing, dude. No, he
Loves
enjoys
milking
that.
cows.
Yeah, he
Nice.
loves that life.
Hey.
Anyway, dude, sorry. So
That's one of the
you're in
hardest-
Austin.
He's gonna come up here
Don't
and murder me.
apologize.
Now,
in a
I'm
minute.
not 100%, but the Colorado School of Mines, I think it's in Colorado, so you're in Austin.
Yeah, so I followed this path through, and I'd met some petroleum people, along the way, oil and gas people along the way, some petroleum engineers, and then realized like seems like a pretty cool path. I like it. They seem to all love their jobs. I want to learn more about it, kind of thing. And so I focused on that at OCC, and I just went straight for it. I took after that first semester, I knew exactly what I was gonna do, and so I just dedicated to it. And I ended there with a 4.0 or whatever, which is it. I would say that's like it's not that hard at a community college. I
Oh,
would say,
hey,
but
hey,
it
hey.
is-
4.0 is
but-
4.0. Own it, man. That's
so
awesome.
I got the ability to go to UT, A&M, and Colorado School of Mines. I went and looked at all
That's
of
out of
those.
state, though, right? Well, did you
Whoa.
get your GI Bill for all
So
this?
because I'm a veteran, then they give me in-state, right? So
Oh, I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
by
at
default?
Colorado
where?
School of Mines?
yeah, so they gave me in-state tuition at Colorado School of
That's
Mines
great.
because
Dude.
I was a veteran. Yeah. So and so me and my wife went and looked at those campuses, and
So you already knew
we were
that.
already in Austin, so UT was obvious. But then looked at A&M, and then looked at Colorado School of Mines. So we flew up there and looked at that for the.
I'll be right back.
Is it flowing through you? Grab some ice.
I'm gonna grab ice. That's what Zach goes.
Okay, and then Jason's office under his desk.
Got
There
it.
may be some brown water.
Yeah. Yeah, and grab something to eat, too. Grubhub would be great.
Anyway,
yeah,
yeah.
okay, so you went to community
So-
college
so
to
just-
UT.
Yeah, well, no. So we went and toured some different campuses, and
You already knew Mel, though, huh? So you've been with her.
me and Mel have been together a long time, like 15 years.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
So
Thank you for sticking with him through all of this.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, honey.
That's very sincere,
Thank you
by
for
the
today,
way.
and thank you for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just,
Hey, I've got 17 years, so I'm about to be on 18. So
we went and saw Colorado School of Mines, and it was just this, I was older at the time. I was 27. Not that that's old by any means, but it's significantly older than the average student of
Yeah.
that age. And it was a small campus, and it was focused. It's an engineering, basically, and geology-based school. It's it's small. It's like 5,000 students. UT is like 55,000. I mean, it's just a huge difference. And we were at like the foothills of the mountains, and we were like, man, this is fucking perfect. Like,
Well, you got the
let's
Coors
get-
Lab. You haven't even brought up the Coors Lab. I know it
Yeah.
was blowing and going while you were there, right?
Yeah, Coors Labs. Yeah.
No
yeah, we used to go
way.
there and get-
It's a little
yeah.
bit slowed down now.
So- is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to have
So we-
wristbands and all this stuff.
So yeah, we used to get 3 free beers a day. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So if you go take the tour at the Coors Brewery, which is right across the street, ish from the Colorado School of Mines, it's like a couple blocks, but
Now I know why all these Colorado School of Mines guys.
so
are there.
you go take this tour of their whole facility, which is really cool, and then at the end of the tour, you go down into the basement. It's kind of a basement. I don't know. It's lower floor, and then there's a bar there, and they give you 3 free beers, and you can try whatever beer you want that they make. And they have some like micro brews that they buy or let people work in there anyway. So, but then they have like Coors Light, whatever. And you get 3 free beers, but you can take what we call a short tour. And so, like, everybody that lives in Golden or goes to school mines knows you just go in, you ask for the short tour, and you just go straight down, and you go straight to the bar, and you get 3 free beers, and then you just leave.
Yeah, so awesome.
But
How do they monitor your 3 beers? How do they monitor your 3 beers?
By
Trust?
God, no, it's like tabs or something like that. So you'd have a wristband or something like that, and they would like mark X's on it, or some crap like that. I can't remember.
Well, I'm gonna go back to the school of mines. Like I've always been told, like that was like so prestigious, and the reason why it was so small and everything is like it's hard as crap to get in there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was lucky to get in. I mean, to be honest, I was with I went to school with some people who were like blew my mind how smart they were. Like,
right. That's how
I don't consider myself that intelligent of a person.
Wow. I'm trying to brag on you because like it's hard to get into that, and so I'm just trying to let people know like
type of people that I went to school with are like capable of like making Facebook or something, or
like
some crap.
Cold
They were just
Fusion.
like incredibly smart people, and so I was lucky to be around them. Just like in golf or anything else, you kind of play up to your competition, right? So
Oh wow.
it helped me, I think, be a better student and learn more and ingest as much of the information that I was being fed as I could because I was around such intelligent people. So I mean, it's a great school. I mean,
So how long were you there?
so I did like it took me like 2.5 years there
Okay.
because some of the stuff that I didn't quite transfer. So I had to like do a couple of classes. So
Did any of your military credits transfer?
no, I didn't. I didn't have
like your
anything.
PE or something.
No. Oh yeah. So I guess So that is one thing. So I didn't have to do any like physical activities, which was kind of silly because those are actually things I wanted to do.
Right. I know it.
But like those are things I was excluded from. I didn't have to do like a soccer team thing or something like that, which was like, oh,
Are you
I'd love to
fast,
go play
though?
fucking soccer. Yeah. Like,
If you're fast, you should play soccer.
But I got all the
I played
What's your
soccer
sport, by the way, right now?
right now, I just,
If
I
you could
golf,
play a
yeah.
sport because you're a dad, so you're gonna have to play a sport.
He's frisbee
Yeah.
golf.
So
Frisbee
He's
golf?
started
Yeah.
in
Teaching my daughter
stocks or
soccer.
Crocs.
Ah, there you go, soccer.
So I grew up playing soccer. I
There
played
you go.
soccer my whole life.
Oh no way.
Yeah, and so I used to like I was on a team that we traveled around the state of Georgia and neighboring states. And
That's what I think
competed
of when I
with-
think of Georgia soccer teams.
Yeah,
Not at all.
We were hot and heavy. I mean, I played for almost 13 years, and we were good, man. We were.
Were
good.
you a forward?
What is it?
No, I was the very furthest
Fullback?
back person. Yeah, sweeper is what we called it.
Sweepers,
There's
yeah, I
different-
know, that's right.
Different terms for it, but yeah. So I was the furthest back defensive person. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I know
Defensive
I know
back or
co-ed
whatever it is,
indoor
yeah.
soccer.
Yeah,
That's
kind of
about
like
it. Co-ed indoor, yeah.
Kind of
OSO sports.
coordinating the defense and
OSSO.
and then you're like the last line of defense too. If the other team breaks your
He
defense.
just mentioned something. There is an indoor soccer.
Yeah, there's
is-
most of the oil field in Oklahoma
Oh,
is
dude.
on the OSSO like sports teams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love seeing
well,
volleyball.
Jeremiah and I were on a kickball league. So if you're in oil and gas, like please join us. We like to do sports. Like we usually do volleyball tournaments and.
That's why I'm a little worried about your glass. Actually, your glass is going to
Mine's
be
a little
fine.
better off.
Yeah.
We're
You guys asked me to get ice. You weren't specific.
Well, and no, you did good. And we normally have all the right size glasses, but it's.
Hey, can
dish
you do the
dead.
math? on
Okay,
this
hey,
really quick?
if anybody would like to
There you go.
sponsor our glassware,
Yeah.
Hey, can you
here we go.
Hey, Nunez, can you do the math on that?
hey, this is the bottle I got
not
a
gonna fall in
fistful
for
of
a while.
bourbon for Jason Goss. Hey, Jason, if you're watching right now,
Thank
which,
you.
we appreciate all the
Yeah.
bourbon under your desk.
Yeah,
buddy.
thank you.
No, I'm not gonna mix that, by the way.
So he
Oh,
came.
that would be bad.
That man can sniff it out. By the
yeah,
way.
he's gonna come get us if he finds out that we took his bourbon.
He's not in, so we're good.
Yeah.
We'll drink it, and
We'll replace it.
probably not.
Oh no, I will.
Anyway, so
Absolutely, we will not. Yeah.
we're in Golden, Colorado.
Oh, I love Golden.
Yeah, it's a great town, man. Beautiful town.
Beautiful
Such a
town.
great
You guys aren't
town,
even
dude.
far from Red Rocks. I bet you saw a lot of concerts over
I
there.
never saw a single concert at
Oh,
Dude,
you're
I'm-
breaking
I
my
know
heart right now.
I meant to go a million times.
You have it on
Never
your
worked
bucket
out,
list.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
You were
I'll
right
actually
there.
make it there for a concert.
I think me, you, and Matt Little should go to Red Rocks.
Hey,
and
we
watch
just
the
had a
concert.
friend play at Red Rocks.
Right.
Hey, I want in on that action.
No.
Yeah.
I'll
Sorry,
bring a.
just me. I just said me,
Well, okay,
Cory,
fine.
and
We'll
Matt.
go.
Because we don't use fuck on here. So I'm gonna mouth it so no one knows what I just said.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Do not say fuck on here.
That's right. Don't say
All
that.
right, dude. So Golden, Colorado did not make it to Red Rocks, which is a staple.
But he
that I would
became
go
an
there, too.
engineer.
Now,
Ninja.
now we're getting
Dun,
somewhere.
dun, dun,
We got a
dun.
ninja engineer.
Ninja.
Ninja-neering.
Yeah, I can't even do it. So you're in Golden, and you're like, all right, gee golly, I got a degree. What do I do now? What year is this?
I graduated in 2016.
Whoa.
Oh, dude, so did I. By the way,
Did you?
What?
I was the old guy.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh.
I was the old guy in all my classes. So no, it was
Hey,
so
I
weird,
graduated
by the way.
like.
I can get up there and like I'm at the front and I'm at
Every
the
single person in that whole
Yeah.
town was like looking up to him, going, "Oh my god."
So
he's
Ken Lavin
that's
here,
amazing.
he graduates.
This weekend.
Yes.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
walked the
no,
stage
that's
this
awesome.
weekend. Yes.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Thank you,
Fantastic,
sir.
man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I got my BBA or business administration with minor in ethics. So.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah,
We're very minor
I
in
want to. I
ethics.
want to run the company that you guys are like the engineers. Like that'd be my thing.
Yeah, I think it's never too late to. That's just like a silly thing to say. It's never too late or whatever. But I
It's
truly
really
mean
not.
that. Like,
Yeah.
you can just do whatever. You
because
want.
you're on a
I don't-
path to
I
like
don't
learn
believe-
more.
I don't like when people say life is short, blah blah blah. And, pick something that you love and do that thing. You'll never feel like you work a day.
Wait till you're
I think those things
46-year-old. You're like,
silly.
"Oh man, I'm halfway
dude,
through."
Life is pretty long, man. It's pretty,
It is.
Well, I tell you,
It's pretty long. Pace,
I-
pace yourself and do all the things you want to do.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna make it to F1. I actually had that conversation
You are, you're gonna
yesterday.
make it.
I don't know if you guys watch that show on Netflix.
No,
but,
no idea.
They start at 7 years old, and they're pro racers
Okay,
by
so,
21.
see, well, that's fair.
What?
You might not make it to like
I'm probably not gonna
F1,
make F1.
but you could do
F4
a bunch
though.
of.
For those watching
We're
right now,
talking-
Jeremiah
what about
has his own
NASCAR?
race.
Do a bunch of
He has his
F1
own
type
racing
stuff.
team.
Yeah, and I'm doing that.
My
so.
theory here is not that you can do whatever you want. Like
You can
all
do
of us
whatever
could
you
be
want.
president because that's not realistic. But
Together,
you could do something in politics, or you could do something in cars, or you could do. But you could also do something in cars, and you can do something in education,
Yeah.
or you could do something in finance, or you can do something in oil and gas. You can do all those things. Just pace yourself.
there you
Pick
go.
a thing, do that one thing for now, and then when you need a new thing, pick that.
This is why I love your story, by the way.
And then that's what we're gonna take.
You
that.
really
We gotta
have
write
like,
it
No,
down.
because-
I'm gonna do this,
Yeah,
and
you're
he
not
goes
cool.
and does
And
this.
you just
Yeah.
get there.
You do one thing at a time.
This is incredible though, because just going back that late in life, getting your engineering degree, and then let's keep going. But I know his story.
He has
I'm gonna
always
let it.
been like this. Like,
Yes.
I'm gonna do this. And then
Yeah.
go
and-
do
but
it.
then goes
I know.
all out like school of mine.
So you're like
Sorry,
probably
this is
like
awesome,
the
man.
best
That's just-
dad in the entire. Like, I cannot wait
Man,
till
my
your
wife-
kids.
No, his poor daughter.
Hey.
I probably.
My wife was just out of town. In New Orleans
So
for
that's
like-
different.
for
If
like
the wife's
4
out of
days,
town, like, babe, I'm so sorry for the
I
things
gotta
I
say,
do.
I did not get Dad of the Year. Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this down
I did
here.
not get
Okay,
Dad
we'll
of the
do it
Year
for later.
award, and she watched more Coco Melon.
Coco Melon is
than
the best show.
It's the best show, but
Best
she
show.
watched a whole lot more than I would.
Are you
like
guys
her to
into
watch.
Dave and Ava? Just
We haven't
saying.
gotten to Dave and Ava.
Dave and Ava teaches
and
kids like
Ava.
the ABCs and the
Okay.
1,
I
2,
might need to try
3s.
that because-
Dave and Ava's
What about
fantastic.
Einstein?
Baby Einstein's. It's okay.
So
Dave and Ava, Coco Melon.
I started forcing her to watch Disney movies like Frozen and Moana. And
Yeah.
she's too young for this, probably.
You guys had your.
But it's
yeah,
good for us
So
as
ours
dads,
is ours
you
is
know?
20.
Yeah. But I
Cannon's
just wanted her-
22 months.
I can tell if I put that on, she'll listen to the songs, but like do other stuff. But when I put Coco Melon on, she is frozen. She is sucked
Yeah.
into it. It is like I can see. Her
Do you know?
The
Did she?
gears.
Yeah.
The gears.
Does she?
turning.
So Cannon does like, and you guys know, from being, but it's like Cannon goes. "Ba-da-da-da." He says like he says the song,
The
and I
intro.
know that. Hey, you want to go watch Coco Melon, or you want to go watch Dave and Ava? So I'm sure she like sings you like a little piece.
She'll go grab the remote off the couch and
Sing
bring
the
it to
little
me
song.
and hand it to me like
Yeah.
this. Or she'll come over if I'm in the kitchen or something like that. She'll grab my little pinky and she'll drag me into the living
Isn't
room.
that the best? Like
It's
when your
so
kids start
awesome.
dragging you around, like I want to do this, like
Which
you
is-
got it.
which you're wrapped around
whatever
hers,
you want.
like-
Once she does that, I'm like, well, I gotta put it on.
I gotta
Yeah.
put it
Because
on.
then she's not gonna do this again if I don't. you
No.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want her to keep doing this. Like, tell me what you
No.
want.
No problem.
Aw.
Sit,
So
next,
anyways,
sit next to me.
No
and
doubt
watch
of
the
your
show.
awards, but yeah, trying, yeah.
No.
So
Hey,
you
make
get
me-
out of college. You got a job yet? Have we got there?
So,
Did you
yeah,
get
so
a
I-
job?
He's
Got a
always
job.
had a job.
Get a
So
job.
Being Corny Nunez.
So I,
Corny
That's
Nunez.
a career.
2015, I
Motors.
interned with EOG down in Fort Worth, and had an awesome experience.
Wait. How'd you get on with EOG? Like that's big time, man.
So I just ran into him at the career fair, and I.
Career fairs
So
for
there was a
oil
guy,
and gas.
I can't remember his name, he was a production engineer at the time. I think his name was Blake or something. He's a super nice guy. But anyways, I was just dumb and walking by their station at the career fair, and I didn't really know how important one of like the internships was at the time. I had no idea. And he asked me if I knew what EOG did, and I said, I don't know who you guys are. Like, and he was like, well, and you know, and you're supposed to know that. It's ZOG, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
You're supposed to know those
Where,
things.
yeah.
And all the other students in my class were like, you're a fucking idiot. I just don't.
Enron oil and gas.
Talked to him for a little while, and he was like, you need to come to this. This like info session we have afterward. Just come, I'll put your name down. So I went to it, and he's like, okay, we'll do an interview, whatever. And so they did an interview, and then like after they called me like less than 5 minutes after I left the interview,
What?
and we're like, hey, we'd love you to come do a internship. And this was, you know, things were still okay at the time. It's 2015, things were coming down, but they weren't like crash necessarily. So the next year was pretty bad when people were finishing school. It didn't have
2016
jobs,
was horrible.
I'm trying to remember what was the year.
2015 things started going.
2008.
November.
Nothing's
Not that one.
nothing's bad.
The
in
second
oil
one.
and gas.
There was a bad one. When was it? In November, or it was late October. OPEC came out and said, "Hey, we're going to open the spigot."
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was 14 or maybe it was 16. It was
I
one
think
of
it was
those.
15.
I know we're young, but gosh, these ebbs and flows are
Not young.
a lot more.
Yeah.
Well, they
common.
come closer together, right? Like that, the waves before, like, you know, whenever George Bush, like old school George Bush, right? Like, oh, they opened up the spigot. 6 months later, shit hasn't happened, right? Like it doesn't, you know, nothing happened. We're just like, okay, whatever, no big deal. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh God, you know, oil's crashing, everything's going terrible. And then now it's like every 3 months, 6 months, you know, like shit's hitting the fan. You're like, they turn the spigot on. Oh, Facebook. Oh, they turn the spigot on. Oh my God, everybody's going crazy. You know, I mean, that's what it feels like, right? You know, and it's just,
They make it feel that way. I guess.
yeah. And then like everyone's, you know, everyone's more concerned about the price at the pump. You know, it's like, oh, the pump. You know.
No, that's a good indicator.
Yeah.
It makes people realize like, hey, this all matters, right? Like
It's
you
a
go and
severely
like fill it.
lagging
Yeah.
indicator, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's
It's
not
a-
a very good indicator of what's
It's a
currently happening.
horrible
No.
indicator. That's not the indicator at all.
Yeah. I don't know that. It's got the price at the pump is a political play.
There you go.
But that's what affects most
politicians
people.
But it's
that
always going
wanna
to
sell you
be
on
now that we know this.
I
Like
don't
we
know
should
if it's
probably.
something that
Because-
affects the daily like.
But it
person.
affects the-
Yeah,
So
no, that's
they're selling it
that's
to
what they
you
say.
in a certain
It's
way,
the-
right? Like it's not terribly important if gas. I mean,
It is
to the
it's
average
affordable
to the average
energy for your
family,
vehicle.
If gas is $2.10 or $2.40, does it like really affect the average family? I'm not
Not
talking
the
about like
average,
you or
the
me. I'm talking
outliers.
about like the average.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, what I worry about is a
I'm
single
talking like
mom.
a dollar or two.
Your mom was
right?
single,
Like-
right? You had a single mom. That 30 cents when you're filling up with 15
Yeah,
gallons and you get 8 miles to a gallon in
Yeah.
your car.
I was thinking like when we
the
jumped
Buick
up like the
Regal,
four.
the Buick. How much did the Buick get? Oh my God.
Hey, it got like 8
that was
miles
like
to the gallon.
that was like
man.
75
So-
cents a gallon.
So,
They
by the
were
way,
great.
the first time my driver's license was suspended was in a Buick Regal. That's why I brought it up earlier.
No.
I don't remember if it was a Regal.
Hey, I had a Buick
It's-
Electra.
in our story, it's a Buick Regal.
Well, I just had
Buick
I was
Electra.
the
racing.
maroon Buick
Wait,
Regal.
so you had a 4-door? Did it have the windows that came down and it was like all one open up?
I don't think so.
Okay, that was
He rolled down his windows. Back
see,
in
ours
old
was a
school.
Buick Electra.
I
That's
roll
my
down
first
my windows
car.
now. I drive
Baby
a truck that has
blue.
rolling windows. I
Thank
drive
you
a
for
stick
that.
shift.
Oh man,
Yeah.
but it had a 450. But my uncle, I bought it from my uncle, right? It had a 455 rocket in it. So it was like this like massive boat, but that was like what you would use to like basically make it go down the road.
Yeah.
I don't know what a 405 rocket is.
455.
Is the engine.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
okay.
engine. That's the size of the engine. Yeah, it's a massive motor. Because you could get different motors
If
for those
there's
cars.
if there's car guys watching this, tune in to Rocket Motors.
Yeah, or you can just join the YouTube channel. I mean, it was whatever.
So EOG was kind to you.
Oh, they were great, man. I loved working for EOG. Yeah, it was an awesome place. I got
Dang good company.
like immediate massive experience when I left school and went out to Midland and started with them. I started in a facilities group and did like a couple of months there, and then started in the drilling group and immediately went to the field.
You sat on a rig.
Yeah, I spent 4 or 5 months out on a rig, and then a bunch of the engineers they had there had left or quit or like gotten other jobs or something like that, and they were picking up at the same time. Like the Delaware's really picking up right
Right.
then, and so
Doesn't the Midland
they
just
brought me
suck you
back into the
into? Yeah.
office. They brought me back into the office and they gave me a rig, and I was 7 months out of school or something.
You were like,
I'm running an engineer of a rig, and I was just like, this is incredible. I'm getting all the experience. I'm just taking everything in. It was
You're
fantastic.
both feet in.
And and we were just, we're drilling great wells. We had awesome company man, awesome rigs, and awesome rig hand. I mean, we had.
Thank you to the
everything-
guys in the
we had
field. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all to them. I didn't do anything. I didn't drill any well. They drilled the wells. I was just, trying to design the
Yeah,
best thing I could.
of course.
Put
You
the
wanna see
best
everything
casing design,
succeed.
best well plans together, and et cetera, and then like 3 months later I got a second rig because we were picking up fast and we didn't have the engineers.
Was that after the Fasken purchase? Who'd they buy? They bought a huge landowner out there.
You're talking about Yates.
Yates.
I'm sorry.
So they bought Yates.
Hey, you know what's great? Okay, so
So the Yates stuff, like exploded us, right?
Yeah.
So
Side note: my wife's family Yates, by the way.
No.
Nice. Why
No,
you
no,
figure
no,
it
not,
out?
not like last name. Hold on,
yeah,
not like
okay,
a
yeah, it's fine.
yeah, no.
So all this
Side
was
note,
just a
the-
tax
the
write-off right
Parisians.
here.
Flew Cory in
Yeah.
in his G35. Cory lives in
Yeah,
Edmond. Didn't
the
make
P.
sense.
Hey, PJs for everybody. If you hey
Look under
one
your seat.
one of the parting gifts is a PJ if you come on.
So, yeah. So I loved working for EOG. It was awesome. I liked Midland. My wife hated Midland.
Oh, she didn't like the
man.
trees?
I love Midland.
There's like, they're 4 foot tall,
There's-
no matter
there's
where you
6
go.
or 7 of them. Yeah. There's.
Hey, one by the way, great frisbee golf course in Midland at the college. By the way,
Do you have to wear Birkenstocks to go
yes,
on
absolutely.
No, but you have to smoke weed.
No, we don't wear. Hey, we don't wear Birkenstocks when we play frisbee golf. We plant our feet in the earth, earthing, something like that. Earthing.
it? Yeah, you get rid of all that radiation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get the radiation out of me.
Yeah.
It leaches
I
out.
leach,
yeah.
I leach it into the soil.
So what is this when you add it into you?
No, I wear sea turtle boots. I'm just saying.
And I don't know if you can talk about this, Cory, but
You can.
it seems, about EOG, their company is decentralized. Like, their business
Yeah.
units, are they in charge of their own path?
Yeah, it seemed. I mean, I was a pawn. You know, I mean, I'm just a little guy over there. You know, it's not like
He just came on at
don't
that
know the
point.
structure that much. I mean, I spent maybe 2 years there or something. But I mean, it was an awesome place to work. And the guy who ran our division at the time, Ezra Jacob, is now in Houston as the president of something in that company. And
Oh, still in EOG.
seemingly likely to take over as
great.
CEO at some point. And
World
Sweet.
domination,
But that
oil
guy-
and gas, world
That guy's
domination.
story is nuts, man. Like that guy started as a geotech, not even a
No.
geologist.
Yeah.
Geotech at that company, and is likely to take over as CEO at some point
No.
in his career. Just a rock solid guy. Man,
Yeah.
he was awesome to be around. Knew what he wanted out of people, knew how to get it out of people, and he was a hell of a manager.
Now, I don't know if you would call it innovator or whatever, but I think they were kind of the pioneers of saying, wherever we're working, we're going to be very close to the bit with our technical staff, right? Where
Yeah.
they're going to place people locally where the bit's going in the ground.
Yeah.
The engineers and everything, right?
Yeah.
They were a little bit more ahead of a lot of companies of saying, all right, if we're drilling in Midland, we're going to have, or around Midland, we're going to have.
Well, look at like
we were really drilling like 2.5 hours from Midland, right? Like
Yeah,
it wasn't
I know.
really in Midland,
Yeah.
and so.
but it doesn't matter. I
think
mean,
they had a
you're
problem.
very close to the
Yeah,
bit
it's
in
a lot,
Midland.
They had
a
a-
lot different than
they had a-
It's like Larry Davis in EOG Oklahoma, right? Like Western Oklahoma, like all the rigs that I was going to see, like, you just knew that, hey, those rigs were powered by EOG Oklahoma City in that little office right there.
And then he does the same thing now at Basin.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a complicated thing, right? Because from a company standpoint, I understand that they want people to be as close to their operations as possible, and that makes sense to them. And I don't think it doesn't make sense. But the problem is that no one really wants to live in Midland,
I know.
right?
No,
So
you gotta incentivize
What are you talking about? There's so many
That's
people who want to live in
beautiful
Midland.
in
You have
Midland.
to, you have
I
to
love
economically incentivize them to be there.
So you have to incentivize people, and so that was something that they struggled with, I think, and that wasn't an issue for a while. The problem was once you were out in Midland, you really had to spend a significant amount of your career there before you could move out. And I got a call one day from my wife, she's from Dallas. She was visiting Dallas, and she said, "I think I'm pregnant," and
Gotta go, baby.
Yeah.
and she said, "I'm not coming back." She was like, "You need to figure this out." She's like, "If I'm having a baby," she's like, "It's not going to be in Midland." And so,
Boy, she really hates
And yeah, you're just like, yes,
Wow.
ma'am.
She's a nutritionist and dietitian by schooling, and she's
Oh, wow.
extremely healthy, and she's clearly aware of like the toxicity of the water and air and stuff in Midland. She was like, I'm doing all kinds of stuff, very elaborate things to keep our home like safe and healthy, but. Yeah, she just wouldn't have it. So, and literally, like the next week after that, the Roan call came, and so it was
I
like,
think I'd be doing
it's
like if I'm sitting across,
hey,
you, what
you
are you
wanna
talking
come to
about with this
Oklahoma?
toxicity?
There's
What are
nothing
you- what are you-
toxic, first of
What are you
all.
referring to? If someone's gonna ask, I'm gonna go ahead and ask. What are you talking about there?
in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you saying that you had to have this filtration and stuff?
There's like
Everybody
there's-
needs water filtration.
Everybody should have water filtration because your city is not filtering your water very well.
No, I know they're not.
Yeah,
Is
so-
that all it was?
Well, there's that,
Just-
and then in particular, Midland has a historically terrible water system. Yeah, I mean, but if
Well,
you think
they
about it,
grew
there's no
overnight.
natural source of water there,
Right.
right? So, I mean, most civilizations end up around
Yeah.
natural sources of water, rivers, lakes,
Except for Midland and Vegas.
oceans, and
apparently, huh?
Vegas,
Yeah.
Midland.
Well,
baby.
Vegas
Vegas
has
is-
no natural.
Vegas is.
Now they do.
Yeah, I mean, now they do. Yeah.
No, it's not natural. They
No,
forced
it's-
it.
well, yeah.
They're redirecting water. They
Sure.
don't have near enough water
It's
there.
pure,
Anyway,
beautiful
That's fine.
water.
Side note. I'm not
Everybody,
trying to, I'm not
Talking
trying to-
Energy Show is all about
I don't think
pure,
they like
beautiful
we
water.
would be
This is
doing
com-
it.
if this is coming off that I'm knocking Midland.
No,
we're not. No,
no,
of
Let's
course
just-
not. No.
Well,
That's not what I think. And just
First of all, this show is all about honesty. Talking Energy Show.
Well,
is
yeah,
all about
I
honesty.
just
This is-
if you
this is
say something
talking-
like that that's going to pique someone, I got to ask the
that-
question of
think
why
that-
you were worried about it there over here. Is the water the same here?
My water in
the water's
Edmond is
significantly better here.
delicious.
The water in Oklahoma is actually better than Dallas. I
Yeah,
mean, that
it's
water here
fantastic.
is actually really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a wonderful
drink-
shale play that it filters through, which is amazing.
I'm drinking tap water right now.
Yeah,
Tap water.
it's
Or is it the limestone? What is it that it's going through?
limestone would be a better filter than
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful
I mean,
tapstone water.
Yeah.
So, yeah, shale would not be a good filter for water.
I think it should.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm not knocking Midland or.
No, we love Midland.
No,
Yeah,
so
dude, we all
I
been talking-
enjoyed working in
it's
Midland.
great.
Midland was so fun to work
I
there
love Midland.
because it was so much action. Like there was
Nonstop.
It was nonstop, and this was when there was a downturn. You know, it was in 2016, 2017, and I mean it was and part 2018. I mean it was a downturn, and there was still tons of stuff to do. Like, you were not bored. There was a lot of work. There was and I know a lot of people got hit hard in that downturn. Don't get me wrong, but I mean as far as for me, where I was like, you know, trying to grow my career and my understanding of the industry and whatnot, it was good. It was just when I got the call from my wife who said, "Hey, you got to figure something out. I'm not coming back to Midland." And then this call came and said, "Hey, you know, the guys that I was just working with at EOG went out to do this thing in Oklahoma, and they said, 'Hey, you want to come with us?'" I said, "Okay, well, that's 3 hours from Dallas, and it's better, you know, geographically a better place than Midland."
And
so
your wife said, "This is where you're going."
So
Initially, yeah, right?
I gave her the option, and she said, "I said we can stay in Midland, and I can work for EOG, or we can go to this new thing and see what happens." And she said, "Let's go see what happens."
Awesome!
So,
Yay!
yeah.
So my wife's the same way.
I'm all
She's
for
like,
taking risks, so
yeah.
whatever. Why not?
she's like,
yeah.
as long as we're together, I don't care. It's like, let's do it. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So you got a good one then too. So
Oh, she's great, man.
that's awesome.
Everybody in oil and gas, including you, Jeremiah, met your wife. We all outkicked our coverage.
No, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
I like things she married up though.
No, your wife. did
Oh,
not
you're
marry
the
up.
only one at this
No.
table that says
Outkicked your coverage
Yeah.
is your term.
We apologize to your wife right now. We'll apologize
She's
for
not gonna
you.
watch this.
Yeah,
She's
so
not.
sorry.
Who knows?
Golly.
My wife might watch like
1 or
6
2
minutes of
seconds.
this.
Yeah,
She's gonna be
6
so enthralled. She's gonna stay. And
Oh my
she,
gosh,
she
Cory.
knows Cory's story, but
He
she's
said the
gonna
whole thing
hear
to
it
her.
again.
She's heard my story a lot.
It's so
She'll
cool,
get
dude. It's so cool.
Whatever.
So
Yeah.
you get to Oklahoma. What'd you think? Fucking. Well, you'd already been here.
You-
You were in the.
So no, I
service.
never-
Fort Sill.
I've never,
here.
I've never been to Oklahoma City. I mean, I've driven through it, you know, on 35 or whatever.
Sure.
Everybody
I
drives through it.
Never stayed, and I actually thought it was, man, it's my initial experience here was like awesome. It's like this city is great. It has freaking no traffic. It's got like great, like cool little neighborhoods with cool restaurants and stuff, and like there's live music venues, and there's, you know, like lots of business areas, and I mean, I was just like, this place is freaking great.
Yeah.
Like, and you can get around, you can get from one side of town to the other in like 15 minutes.
Very efficiently.
Very
Yes.
efficiently.
Yeah. It is completely different.
Thank you,
Man,
John
That's
Kilpatrick.
huge to me. I do not like sitting in my car. Like,
How-
I do not
how-
like sitting in
have
my
you-
car waiting to get somewhere.
Have
Like,
you spent much time in Tulsa at all?
no,
Like
only
Tulsa would
a couple
be,
of times.
I
It's
love
like little
Tulsa.
Austin.
Tulsa's
I was
cool,
thinking,
yeah.
Kevin
Tulsa is
DeLay,
little
love
Austin.
you, buddy.
Austin is
It's
really
really cool,
Denver,
yeah.
kind of a deal. Like, I'm not surprised that you ended up in Colorado at some point.
Yeah.
Like it seems.
Denver's cool. I like
Yeah.
Denver.
Denver,
a lot. Yeah,
I-
it's
my-
a fun town, yeah.
I
all
love
all of my
Denver.
business trips to Denver, fantastic.
Yeah, they're fun, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Good
Well,
Go up to the Flatirons
This
and
is what
hang
you
out.
want- This is what you love liberal cities for. It's like their restaurants
Yep.
and their like and their hotels and their fucking,
That we power.
Like they do these things very well.
Yes.
Right? Like enjoy that. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's-
and we- and we're-
it takes all kinds. We all need to like work together.
And we're glad to
Hey,
we're
good
glad
at
to
these
supply
things, we're good at
energy
these
to
things,
those
right?
areas, right?
We'll supply all the energy.
Yeah.
You guys make good restaurants.
Well, there,
Yeah.
Make me an awesome eggs Benedict.
everybody,
you're an
I'm just going to
ex-Benedict guy
plug.
too?
If you're not a member
yeah.
yet, please join AADE, and that's the American Association of Drilling Engineers. And go to Denver, go to the conference,
The symposium.
go to the
Matt, how many
symposium.
boards are you on? You probably need to
10.
write them all.
AAD, API,
API, I'm
on and
that
on.
with
Yeah.
you. Yeah. No, it goes along. Matt's got a long list. He's
You're
got
an
busy.
SPE.
Go to AADE.
That's why he
events.
doesn't have any hair.
Yeah, I'm stressed. No, I'm not. I
Liar.
can hang out with you guys, but if you ride around on Lime scooters in Denver, Colorado, you're gonna be a happy person.
You were gonna.
Oh,
be
yeah.
a
It's
fun shit, man.
Actually, I know it doesn't make sense since it's centrally located and so landlocked, but I had some of the best oysters of my life off of 60.
We know where to go.
Denver?
Yes, dude.
Oyster,
I know it
oyster,
doesn't
same.
Well, he flies them in. I heard. He
The-
flies them
all
in
the
every
best,
day.
all the best restaurants I've been to are pretty much in Austin, Texas, Denver, Colorado, Oklahoma
Liberal
City,
cities,
Oklahoma.
yes.
Yeah, no, they
Liberal
really
cities
are.
have the best
They don't mind
restaurants.
spending money on that stuff.
Beautiful.
They really don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a private
I've
jet
never
that flies
thought
them.
It
about
has
in.
value.
I'm
They-
so
they
happy
break- you
Corey's a
break down.
foodie. Like Like I just
Right?
like I want to take him to restaurants with me. And
Hey,
see
he
what
needs to come to
thinks.
breakfast with us
Yeah.
at the neighborhood jam.
Oh, neighborhood.
Oh, I like neighborhood jam.
Yeah,
shit.
every
Lo-
Wednesday at
locally-
7. You are invited. I am inviting you right now.
Oh, great,
Keep
cool.
it
Okay,
local.
deal.
Keep it. So neighborhood jam, I'm a fan of just because.
They're a local?
Yeah, well, not just that, but we also want to make sure we buy from locals, right?
Oh,
like
absolutely.
produce, vegetables, everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My wife's
Furniture.
super into that stuff,
I am
like
too.
staying local. Yeah,
Yes.
Man, and something to think about. For our,
it's significantly better for the environment if you think about it than
Yeah.
focusing on like organic or whatever
Right.
or something like that. If you just focus on local, which is generally,
Because I'm a landlocked, like,
But you have more water than any other state.
yes,
Shoreline.
that's true.
Shoreline.
But I don't mind wearing a pair of sea turtle boots, but I want locally sourced eggs. Just saying.
Thanks for that. I'll log that away.
I will do nothing with that. Thank you. I don't care.
I'm struggling with it.
No. So this is
I don't know where to go with this.
Things
It's
to
okay.
something that is important though. That
Thank you,
we kind of
David.
alluded to with the food, but think of your service companies that too, and hopefully some bigger operators. EOG, we love that you put a building here. Ovented, you could use a building here, but like, source locally, right?
Yeah.
Matt
It
Pinnell,
helps out
source
everybody.
locally. Matt's Pit Stops.
These companies source locally. Think about it. Help out the local environment can only help out the operators.
Well,
by
Trace,
having
Trace
close
is
to
local. How long have you guys been around?
92. So
92.
was,
92 years.
See,
That's
no,
all.
no. Since 92.
Since 92.
And
But
see,
I just
we were
say-
82. Winter Mud was 82.
Jeremiah is 92 years old, everybody.
That's
That's amazing plastic work.
Unfortunately, we're lagging to Texas, but we get a lot of services out of Texas. But there's a ton of service companies in Oklahoma that need that love. Think about
you're not
keeping the
gonna-
money local, or some of it.
This city will blow up.
It's gonna
I think.
blow up.
It's gonna blow
How?
up.
So my thought,
Because we're a
I can
we're a
tell you-
Second
I can
Amendment
tell you,
sanctuary city.
Because we're in the South. We're
not diversified by any means.
No.
But you don't need
Zero.
to be right
We don't
now.
need
What are you
to
talking
be.
about? Look at
No.
Austin.
You'll
look
get
at Houston.
diversified, or say you.
Wait.
We will get diversified.
Yeah.
Because
I like
companies
being
won't have
diversified.
anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Because
My
We're the
favorite
last.
thing
because
is-
Austin is full, Dallas is full, Houston is full. There's nowhere else to go.
Okay.
Denver is full.
Please
Yeah.
come to Oklahoma City
Oklahoma
if
City-
you're all about diversity
Oklahoma
and
City
all
will
about
be a-
bringing
will be a
people here.
serious city.
Yeah. So okay. he's
Matt
got-
Pinnell,
okay,
Matt Pinnell, our,
Hold on.
It might
our
take 10 years,
secretary.
15 years. I don't
Okay,
know.
I'm gonna
How?
jump on his. Hold on. I can help with
Why
this.
wouldn't it be?
Well,
I'm gonna
okay,
jump
yeah,
on.
second
I'm gonna
man.
jump on his
I want
bandwagon.
to.
He's 100% right, and I've told my wife this a million times. I've met several CEOs and presidents, and they're flying their families to New York
No.
or to Austin
No.
to find high-end fashion,
No.
things like that. Like it's something that's real special, right? But they're not doing it here in Oklahoma. We don't have that here.
We will.
And so, like our basketball players, where are they going to go shop
I
if they
love
want to
our
go
basketball
high-end?
players.
Things
Man,
like that,
hey,
right?
thank you, Thunder, for being here.
mean, it's-
oh my gosh, I
Oklahoma City
love
Thunder.
Louis-
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You're very welcome.
I very much mean that. Thank
So
you.
it's
Fan
one
of
of those.
Thunder.
That's one of those things that I see a Louis Vuitton. I see the bigger
No.
companies
What?
that could.
We're gonna
potentially
create
be
our
here.
own. We're gonna create
No, tell me-
Oklahoma
tell me how we're
Vuitton.
investing. Tell me how we're investing in Oklahoma. We're what 42nd in the nation for.
Hey, listen. All that
Well,
aside, no way. I'm not
Did
gonna
you-
beat on us,
You
man.
just
We're
had a
the
movie
best.
company move here. Did you
Yeah.
see that?
Well, they're doing a lot in Georgia now too.
But they just
Yeah.
bought
Yeah,
out
but
the
a bunch
big.
of people leaving Georgia right now.
Well,
Yeah.
they
To
probably
come-
have better tax
hey, if
rates
you're in
than
Georgia,
here.
please come to
Or-
Oklahoma.
Well, is it over
They-
yes. Yeah.
They
No, I saw
moved.
that
Election-
Coca-Cola
election
reversed their
stuff, yeah.
opinion now, right? Now they're like, we're proud of our statements. And I read the tax. Did you read that law?
In all circles around here. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
So.
yeah.
I read that
Political
law. It
crap.
wasn't bad.
I wouldn't
Hey,
want that, yeah.
we had an episode of Fossil Fuel Fridays, Ken and I, with Matt Pinnell. He's like, did you know we have about 5 million.
4.35
Yeah,
million.
we have approximately 5 million people in Oklahoma. We need double that.
For what?
For the state to survive, just in
Not
general.
just
No,
five,
I
just
don't
like
think
prosper.
that's-
For what?
Yeah.
What industries do we
there's
have in
states-
Oklahoma?
Everything.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No,
we have
we don't.
agriculture, we have some aviation, we have oil and gas. And when
Yeah,
oil
we
and
have
gas
we have
dies,
a little bit
But-
of tech
Oklahoma
stuff.
dies.
Dell's here. We have some.
Dell's barely.
We
here.
we
Yeah,
want
they're
people
here,
we
but
want people to
we're not
move here.
encouraging
But here's
We're
the
not
deal.
spending
What
enough
we
on
do
it.
have is we have two major colleges that have a ton
Yes.
of different degree programs.
Yes.
That I mean, it's
Ton.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is
Like we lost out on the Tesla
easy.
deal.
Once.
Tesla didn't have a chance.
This will be easy.
Once.
They weren't coming
Yeah,
here.
they weren't coming here.
They didn't.
No.
they
Tell,
didn't
well,
have-
We're
because
getting them
Tulsa
next time.
wasn't the place. Oklahoma City was the place.
Should have been.
Oklahoma City is
Tulsa-
the
Tulsa
place.
wasn't
Hey,
it.
if you're a
and
company,
then
move to Oklahoma City.
Amazon's an interesting one. Like we lost that out
But
originally.
look, they're building a second
Initially.
building. They're
But-
coming here.
We're
But see
literally
that-
located in central United
Yeah.
States. By having a hub here, it makes
But
it
I
easy to
the
I
first
35, I
International
40.
Airport,
Come here.
You have two,
Yeah.
interstates running directly through it, like major interstates. I mean,
Oh, and then we have the major
Bring your
cross
business
lines
to
of
Oklahoma.
what?
Bring
You
to
can-
Oklahoma.
Where's
Corey,
the
how are we investing in
crossroads?
the
I'm very
Okay,
confident.
this is a very
that in the
passionate
next,
thing,
like,
by the way.
10
We're
or
all
15
talking.
Yeah, I'm like I get excited about
No, tell me
Oklahoma.
what we're doing. You guys
in the
tell me
next
what
10 or
we're
15
doing.
years, this will be a major city.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
I
What
agree.
is going to
I
drive it?
agree.
Is it all
I
oil and
agree.
gas?
No,
Because
it will
makes
not. No, it will not be
25%.
all in gas.
What, is it going to be agriculture?
No, it's
What,
just,
is it okay?
It'll be a diversification.
Yeah.
of
When, when are we
total
going to start
diversification.
doing that diversification?
Well, you're not going to do it.
Now.
I'm not
No,
going to
no.
do
Well,
it.
we
Yeah.
as a state, when are we going to
Companies
start
will
doing that?
decide whether they want to work here
Is
or
it just
not.
because
Oh,
it's low
yeah.
cost to
It's
have a
low
building here?
cost,
It's
but
not.
it's
But
It's not
because our
Tag
education's
Drilling
not
Motor
there.
Company that gets to decide how a company or how a city is
That's a wife.
formed. But if a it doesn't have to be Google or Amazon. If Snapchat decides to be here or
Why would
something
they
like
come
that.
here?
Snapchat,
Why-
please don't
why
say
not?
Oklahoma.
Because it's
They don't have
less
the people
expensive
here.
than California.
Yeah, but we don't
it's
have
less
the-
expensive
we
than
don't
New
have the
York. And why wouldn't you have the people? You have two major colleges with IT with business
Because
geniuses
programs
here.
and
they have podcast studios
data,
and trace
data
majors,
scientist
right?
programs. There's all kinds of programs here at
These people are all leaving immediately.
They're leaving because there's no jobs here, but there eventually will be because there won't be
Yeah.
any jobs anywhere else.
Well, it'll be cheaper for the business to move here. We'll probably give too many tax breaks that we'll never get back.
I don't mean to get excited or hot about this, but I mean, there's.
I hope you're right.
There's
No, I don't want to be wrong. I
There's
just
no
wanna
more
know
room.
what we're doing.
It's just the logic is that there's no more room in Austin.
It's just because there's nowhere else
because
to go.
the
There's
average
gonna be
person
hey,
that
so
comes out of
Oklahoma's
college and is
moving
doing
to
IT work or
Lapacas.
something like that can't afford a $750,000 home, so you can't live in Austin.
So it's literally not for anything we offer necessarily besides cheap real estate because no one wanted to come here
That's
before.
exactly right. It
Yeah.
starts with real
Oh.
estate. Yeah.
No,
it
yeah.
absolutely starts with real estate. Yes.
It's
I understand
it's
that.
ouchy
Yeah.
and helpful at the same time.
No, well, I've
You're right.
heard. I get frustrated when I look at this.
I
and
know, I
follow
do
the
too.
Yeah,
local
it's-
politics. I'm like, what are we doing for our future?
It's-
like we have our teachers revolting. You know, like
Oh,
they have to
that-
go
they-
march the
Hey,
Capitol.
our teachers
Sure,
did
finance
not
guy.
like
Think
oil
of
and
it
gas
from
for
a company
just one
perspective.
minute.
No, no, that. But I would look at the talent that's here that I have access. And I like to think
You
we
have
have
a ton of
it.
access to talent here. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and
the
a
real
lot of
estate's
it's left
cheap as
to
hell.
Houston because those engineers could transfer to other disciplines.
We just got to find places for them to go to.
I love Oklahoma. I want us to do
I know
more.
you do.
I only bring this up because I'm questioning what do you guys believe we're doing. I want us to do more. I'm willing to pay more in taxes for us to do
get
more
involved in city
to
council.
grow.
I
Dun,
will
dun,
ne-
dun,
So,
dun.
Jeremiah.
married to a
Challenge.
lobbyist.
I will never pay more taxes
All right,
to make
Cory.
you happy
Okay, tell me why you wouldn't run for office.
Why I wouldn't?
because
I
of
don't
his
want to.
Well, I will tell you
because he has other things
I
to
have a similar
do.
record to yours. How about that? So I'm gonna leave it
Yeah, you
alone.
do, but you seem like you want something to change.
I very much, and I'm happy about.
you want
what's
something to change,
coming.
make it change.
I know,
That's
and
right.
I thought about it. I thought about it
Hey,
immensely.
I was going to, but then
Change your mind, change the world. Right?
that's right.
Ken-
Hey, Stephanie
Ken
Bice
was-
jumped in.
Oh man, thank you,
Yeah,
Stephanie. I love
thank you, Stephanie, by the way, and all the people that backed her and supported her and told me to hold off because they were supporting Stephanie.
I'm a
which is
huge
great.
fan of
And
everybody
So
in
you guys
office
know
right
what her
now.
husband does, by the way?
No, oil and
Yes,
gas.
Tapstone.
Yeah, he works for Tapstone.
I think he owns it,
Stephanie
doesn't
is no, he,
No.
but
CEO?
I'm not. No,
VP.
he's not. He's their VP of technology.
VP.
Stephanie, I'm
Technology.
sorry. IT. Well, he's their IT guy.
I like IT.
but he's their
Stephanie,
VP.
call me
Sorry,
later, it's
sorry,
okay.
Cory. I'm not trying to play footsie over there. No, they're awesome. Jeff Bice is awesome. So the Bices are great. They're doing great things. I'm so happy she's in the capital.
Yeah, she
of
did
the
a good
country, looking out for Oklahoma. I hope we're doing more, and I see it, and I hate to be negative. I just
You're not
want us to
negative.
do more.
Man.
Well, I'm not being negative. I'm being real. I hate saying. I just want us to
Because
do more.
we are all Oklahomans. I'm from Okeen,
can't rush
Oklahoma,
anything.
Woodward,
Rush
America.
it.
You can't rush
Rush it.
anything.
Why is Houston so much further than Oklahoma? Is it because they have a port?
they have-
Started longer ago.
Way
Yeah.
longer
Just
ago.
time, dude.
Longer.
And they're way bigger.
We should
Pace
have
yourself. Pace
sooner.
yourself. Pace yourself.
Yeah.
When you're president of the
I
world,
got told the same thing.
Jeremiah, you'll be president of the world. Don't worry.
president
I'm
of the
gonna
world.
I'm
I
gonna
wanna be
be
in
the
charge
guy
of IMF,
behind
though.
the curtain. Behind the curtain.
That's not enough.
My wife is texting me, calling me.
Answer her.
No.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should
put
put
her
her
on.
on.
Put her on.
on.
No, that won't happen.
Hi, honey.
Hi,
It's the
honey.
third or fourth time she called.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah.
Dude, all right, guys. Before we get too far away, tell us about Tag. And
Hey, really,
put
for real,
some-
Tag.
Tell us about Tag because I love this. I'm an ex-directional driller, and I want to grill you on this. Tell me what you're doing and why you guys.
I'm just a mud guy that takes care of it from the internal out. You know, I'm just
Winter
The
mud.
real simple idea is a lot of operators and a lot of operators have moved to a different directional drilling program where they contract their own DDs because they're sick of moving around every time they fire a directional.
They want a little more
company,
control
They
of that
got
aspect,
a
get the
new
guys they like.
DD,
Yeah.
so they want some little consistency there, and so then they have a directional company that does or doesn't necessarily have all the motors they need, but they've got them basically for their MWD and OWD hands, and sometimes a lot of the operators right now are renting motors. So, and there's a great need for good quality rental motors on the market right now. There just is.
There really
there's
is.
not enough good quality equipment on the
I can
market.
think
A
of
lot of
3
people are
different
having to go
companies
to
that have
companies that they don't really want to go to just to get the motors that they need. And so
And the
we saw
prices
this
through the
and
roof.
the prices are ridiculous. And the reason behind that, and this is like a kind of dirty secret, is directional companies don't really make money off of anything but motors.
Yeah.
And that's really the dirty truth of it. And the thing is that they're having to support the rest of their company on the price of what they're getting for their motors. And so for us, we thought, man, this makes perfect sense. Like we logically can see we can be a small, tiny, very intent, super focused company just this one thing, just motors, and we can do it so much cheaper than everybody else because we don't have to support a whole like directional company. on this.
Overhead.
Tell us about your
Just
fleet. Are you doing even wall? Do you got mud lubes or sealed bearings? Tell us about your
So
fleet.
no, we do all mud lube bearings.
Mud lube.
We partnered with Tomahawk downhole on lower ends, and we went to all titanium flex shaft transmissions. We're trying to do very intentional, long-term business. Like, so we're trying to build our fleet to last,
Yeah.
right, and to be the right fleet for what changes happen in the market, right? So we're a very small company. We're not going to be, NOV
slumber
or
days,
something like
yeah.
that, right? Like, and
Not yet.
We don't
Not
need,
yet.
We don't need
Yeah.
to or ever want to be. We don't need to. It's not. We can be a very successful company being small, intent, and focused and doing our
Tag.
thing, right? Like, and so we've sought out the best power sections and the best elastomers that we can for the hole sizes that our customers are focused
Cory,
on, right? So it can be even wall.
How many
or-
elastomers can you like? It seems like there's 3 manufacturers of.
There's 3 major manufacturers. Yeah.
Okay. Because I work
So
for
you got
Directional.
PV,
Yeah.
Dynadrill, and you got Abaco,
Yeah.
right? Or
Right.
your 3 major like open to the market elastomer manufacturers, right? You have like NOV who makes their own, and Baker Hughes makes their own, and et cetera. So all 3 of those companies are great.
They are.
Yeah, they all
are.
do a very good job, and they all do a very good job at different things. Is the thing. It's not they don't do one thing perfectly. So like Dynadrill doesn't own the market on 7-inch motors, and their elastomer isn't perfect for all of their configurations. And so sometimes that some high-speed 7-inch that works great for Dynadrill, their slow-speed motor doesn't work as well.
Right.
And so we go to PV or to go to Abaco or something like that. So our job, because me and Matt are both.
Let's
Matt
talk about your
Little.
partner. by
Matt
the way.
Little.
Matt Little.
Matt Little is a friggin' boss.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And Matt is
That's how I met
awesome.
Cory.
Also, he won the PTR downhill one time. Just so you know, that's a inside joke.
Matt Little is a jam up partner. He's the
Yeah.
best business partner I could ever ask for. I mean, he's
The guy's
fantastic.
excellent.
Dude, he'll call you like twice a week and just like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, like,
Pound
he's very good with
revival.
people. He's better than me with people. Yeah.
Oh, come on now.
No, he's not.
Come on now.
So
Love
seen
Matt.
his- I've
Love
seen
you,
his
buddy.
sunglasses
The
and
beauty about a
furs.
partnership is knowing what you're good at and knowing what your
yeah,
partner's good at
it's a big
and making
thing.
up for it.
It's a big thing.
It's
Me and
enormous.
him have been together a while now, and we very much learned
kinda
what
loves
we're
you.
good at each other, or what we're good at, and what the other person is
Yeah.
good at, and we let each other do the things we're good at. We don't
So-
jump. We just let each other do the things we're good at, and that's. And
So
that's
where
So
can-
where's Matt at today?
He's down here.
Matt's tearing motors down.
So
right
Matt
now.
worked
Matt's
with Cory
covered
at
all
Rome.
these- Yeah.
Was he XEOG as well? Or,
No.
He's
huh?
Lynn Energy.
Okay, he was
Okay.
like, but yeah, Matt's actually. Cory alluded this earlier, but Matt's greasy as fuck. He's actually
Matt
you're
Little.
down and learn
Matt,
how to-
hold on.
He's
There,
a
whoa,
racist,
whoa,
yeah.
whoa, whoa. There's Little Matt and there's Big Matt, and Little Matt is my heart.
You could
He's
put
got
him in your
better hair than
pocket.
you.
Yeah, I love Little
Do you
Matt.
think Little will listen to this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if he'll listen this far.
He's
He'll
got,
never.
he's
Yeah,
got
he might
lovely
go this far.
flowing hair.
I bet you he starts it, but I don't know if he gets this far.
Maybe he's doing something else.
Hey, so where can I invest in you and Matt? Because
Oh,
I
they're
know
going
you guys
public.
would be-
If hey,
huge.
if you want to give me $100, you'll make $1 million.
yeah, exactly.
All right, so
Cash.
what sizes are you guys concentrating on? You doing 8-inch? It sounds like you're doing 7-inch.
Right
Yeah.
now, we're doing 5-inch, 5 1/4. We do
Tell us about your
6
whole
1/2,
outfit.
6 3/4.
Is it rental? Is it rental or sell?
It's all
Whoa.
rental. Yeah,
Rental.
It's all rental. We don't sell motors. We rent them. We service them. We inspect them. We maintain them, and then we re-rent them.
Do you want to go through Scott Birch, SB? Yes,
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah, we would love
There
for
you go.
Scott to be
There
a
you go.
customer of ours.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
you
go.
should.
We're gonna have a contact.
So are you
next
doing
week.
even? Tell us about your motors that you're really excited about.
So
Seven
one
and a
of the things, 7 1/4 motors. So we
Yeah,
just-
7
we just
1/4.
So you're gonna run with that with 8.5 and 8 3/4 bits, or tell us. Is
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
Is
so
that,
that would
Do-
be-
do you-
that would
and
be
you
for
want to partner with
8.5,
big
8
companies?
3/4, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
what about the bigger hole?
like 9 7/8, 12
Yes.
1/4. Yeah, I mean, we're not focused on much bigger than
Yeah,
that.
just
You can
the-
drill 12 1/4 if it's shallow
Yeah.
stuff with 8-inch motors, and that's all we were focused on. It gets really costly and complicated.
It does,
to get
'cause they're
into
not the whole line now.
95
No.
inch Yeah, I mean it's not a great business to be in. So we're trying
Yeah, it
again.
is.
We tried to focus our whole business on things that
I
make
love
sense for
this
us
business.
and things that make sense for our customers because
Yeah.
we want to deliver to them a higher quality product at a better price, and not because we're undercutting some other company. It's just because we're just a better
Yeah,
company.
yeah. Well,
I don't think.
$70
And I don't mean like
line.
better,
Matter.
like we're.
We're gonna do a follow
more
up to this
intelligent, just-
episode in
it's
their
just-
shop.
It's a better structure. We're
Yeah.
a tiny company focused on a single thing, so there's no one that can outprice us.
Can we do?
Well, and your quality. You got 2 engineers, and you already built a pretty good. Or you bought a good platform, right?
The best
And
motor
you're
that's
now
ever been on the
looking at
market,
the efficiencies
besides
and all
Scott
that, and
Birch.
how to do it better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the deal. At the end of the day, we're buying stuff from our suppliers and
Yeah.
we're screwing it together. So let's not get it, I don't want
Well-
to be like cocky and say like
Be cocky. Be cocky.
we're the best screwers together.
They're the best
of all
screwers
time.
together.
Hey, can I
What it
at
comes
least
down to is your QA/QC and
Yeah.
your maintenance and like everything that comes into the quality
Customer
control of that.
service.
And well, customer service is big, right?
huge.
But at the same time, as a small company and dealing with, we're drilling engineers, so most of our friends are drilling engineers.
Yeah.
But
Those-
you
those
can
commu-
relate so much better. You can actually
Well,
talk to the
He
guys.
knows what they need, what
It was
they're
just-
looking for.
Yeah.
Well, we know.
It's huge.
Yeah, I feel like we speak the language in that sense.
better.
That's
where
a good-
we've been in that position. We know what they're looking for, and we know what they don't want, and we know what they see as failures, and we can try to traverse around some of those situations where some people want to put something in the hole that isn't going to work.
Right. You
and-
can see the flaw before it happens.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe,
Yeah.
and it would only be because we've made that.
Yeah,
we've made that.
yeah.
They understand the rock. If you
mistake
put too slow of a
before,
motor in
right?
there,
We personally
or
made
too fast.
those mistakes, and it's like.
So I'm going to say it now. Matt and I want to actually go to your shop and actually do an interview there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome,
So
man.
would love to put that. Yeah.
Put Matt Little in it.
I basically just want to
Please
put
do.
Matt Little inside a motor and like
Yeah.
I'm gonna fit him.
He could probably
somehow.
fit.
Yeah.
He's tiny.
Little-
He could sit on your
Big
shoulder.
Big Matt, little Matt.
How many
Not that
guys
big anymore, by the way.
I'm
How many
big.
guys in the oilfield wear medium shirts?
Whoa.
I know one.
Schmedium.
You know at
Uh,
least
You don't.
You
Schmee-
wear a medium.
two. It's fuck me.
We are a.
I'm a large. I
Are
wear
you
a
a
large.
large? Are you a large tall?
I'm an XL.
He's an XL,
No.
dude.
Well, because so first of all, Corey's a large.
Hey, don't grab
large
him over
tall.
there. Don't
Large-
touch him. Don't touch him.
He's a large tall.
So,
No,
he's
touch
I'm a
Matt,
large
and I can
tall.
share shirts,
Schmedium,
Hey, I'm
large
a large.
tall.
Thank
no,
you
you're
very
a schmedium.
I'm a large.
Hey, Matt Little, I'm gonna put you inside of a motor really soon.
Hey, you could do like the that could go really bad. You could do like the what was the oh my gosh, from the movie The Spy Who Shagged Me. You could have
No,
your little
I'm not
guy,
going into this,
you
no.
know, and carry him around with you
No.
everywhere.
Mini-me?
This is
Yeah,
an oil and
mini-me.
gas show. We're not talking about any of that.
Yeah.
We have talked so much about oil and gas today.
Hey.
I keep bringing
We
it
wanna
back
know
in.
you. Well, we're trying to get to the guys behind the
so-
innovators. The innovators. Little will be on
Tag.
the show. His partner is
Tag,
amazing, by the
tag,
way. He's
tag,
one of my
tag,
favorite
tag,
people.
tag.
Matt?
Yeah, I do
Oh,
think
yeah.
I do think we're innovative in the sense that the industry needed what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that the industry was screaming for what we're doing, and it shouldn't have taken this long. But we're excited to be the company that is trying to provide a better motor, a better price.
Especially when it's ramping up right now.
Yeah, things are going. It's a
perfect
good
time.
time, right? So,
Perfect
I mean,
time.
How can
tell you what,
we help
thought,
you?
We thought Helix was a good time when we started.
Helix was awesome.
And Helix was a cool idea, but we thought when we left Roan and we started Helix, we were like, oh, this is the bottom. Like,
Yeah.
So like, this is a good time to start direction
I felt
company
beautiful.
because if oil price goes up, we rising tide lifts all boats.
Negative 30
Turns
goes up.
out that was not the bottom.
No,
We
I
were
felt
we
so
were
bad
far
for
from-
y'all.
Yeah, we were so
Like,
far from
you're
the
really
oh
bottom.
man, every day I was like, Matt, I'm praying for you. I'm really
That
sorry,
was-
man.
I think that was $35-$40 oil. Yeah, we
Oh.
went negative $37
38.
For just a
something.
moment.
I have a picture at my
Just a
house of
moment.
negative 38.
I want
That
to
one
tell
day.
everybody. I don't know how much they know about this, but the negative $37 you saw that one day in April. It was either April or May.
Something new.
Yeah.
But how they do the producers when they sell oil, it's actually averaged over a month as well as gas, unless they do spot market day of sale. So they can do that too. But like most producers, while it was negative $37, other days it was $12 or $22. So it gets averaged out over a month. Nobody actually probably sold oil at negative $37. A couple did, but it was not the producer; it was the next person, the broker down the
Yeah,
line.
it was a future contract,
Yes.
right?
And I tried
It's
to
all
do
based on
it,
futures contract,
yeah.
And I was on a
Exactly.
phone
People
call.
don't know that. No,
Yeah.
It is complicated. When that happened, I actually started researching it because
Yeah.
I was like, I don't understand this, and I need to because
Yeah.
this is
Dude,
confusing.
I
No,
was
it
on
is.
the phone with a guy in England when all that went down, trying to buy. Like I was trying to buy. I was like, I need to buy like I don't know however many barrels, right? Negative 38. Let's make it happen. And he's like, you need to buy a minimum of 2,000 barrels. And I was like,
well, they're paying you. At that point, right?
No,
but
just
it's-
buy a tanker.
yeah, just buy a
It's floating
tanker.
in the Gulf.
So you know what's cool about oil and gas and the innovators in our industry? When that happened, right, it was a travesty, it was horrible, but there's a thing called arbitrage. It's where you had a commodity.
Do tell, love. What is arbitrage?
So it's pretty much the idea that you had something that you knew was going to be worth significantly more in a short period of time, but you had this opportunity to buy it. And someone's going to be like, nah, there's more to it. But that is the basic premise. So we actually had some guys that are like, we see these tanks over here that are being used for cottonseed or oil or whatever. What if we change that? There was actually
No, you're right.
They tried to change it here in the state of Oklahoma. They were like, "This is an approved container." Like people were trying to go and grab milk jugs when all that went down. Like they're like, "Is this an approved container? Is this good? Is this good?"
It's just
like,
cool. We have the best innovators, and we're chasing the dollar, but we're also everything we do furthers us as a society when we figure out these innovative approaches to still make a buck while creating a product that the world needs in every fashion possible.
Affordable,
everywhere.
reliable, abundant energy.
And you guys are doing that.
That is no bullshit. That is the one thing that
Affordable, reliable,
that moves
abundant.
cultures from poverty to outright
I just
poverty.
so I grew
So
up
how
in a
we
town
should-
like I don't want people to suffer. I want them to have the energy we have. Right? Everybody, we saw all the videos when we were kids. When I was an exchange student in Germany, like you were traveling around. I don't want people to suffer. I want people to have what we have, and that all depends on fossil fuels and hydrocarbons
Hydrocarbons, not
and
fossil.
petroleum.
Right now it does, yeah.
Yeah,
Right now.
And that's the important thing for our industry to understand is right now.
right
This
now.
is what is important
Right now.
It's the most efficient.
This is what powers
bang
the
for
world right now.
It's
If I put a straw on the ground in
Here's
my
the
country,
deal, it won't always be. And so that's
Always
important
be.
for people in our industry
it will
to
always
accept,
be.
right? But it will always be a mix, at least for your foreseeable life and my foreseeable life. But it won't always be, right? But right now,
nuclear is the only other
very
option.
obviously, we all talked about this, and everybody said it many times, right? Like if you own Tesla or something
Yeah.
like that, and you drive a car, it's 30% powered by coal, right? And
That's fine.
40%
And
powered
guess
by
what? We
natural
have
gas, and
we
et cetera,
have
et cetera, and it goes on.
we have like 100-year supply of
17%
coal.
powered by like actual natural.
Be smart. We have a
resources.
couple 100-year supply of coal here. Like 20 like another 1,000 years we have coal.
Oh yeah, you're talking about not harvested
I
yet.
I hope we're not harvesting it though either.
Yeah, but I don't know if there's any recoverable, right? Like, is that one of it doesn't matter. but-
Anyway,
Cory, here's something interesting that I bet most people don't know that you know the answer to. So when you look at a reservoir,
Wait till he sits down. Okay, go ahead.
when you look at a reservoir and you're looking at the total recoverable, but how efficient are we at recovering the hydrocarbons?
20%.
Like what percentage do we
I'm like
take?
in the 20 to 30%.
I know, isn't it
That's
incredible?
Really?
So
Yeah. No,
so-
people don't really know that.
So that's the thing about, and I'm not a reservoir engineer, and I don't pretend to be, and I'm not a completions engineer, and I don't pretend to be, but yeah, our recovery factor is extremely low, right? And it's something you learn in
That's why
school or
wherever
whatever,
you
like-
found oil and gas, you will continue to
The
find
one thing
it.
that you could do to become an instant millionaire in the oil and gas business is improve recovery factor, right? They tell you that when you're in college, or at least my professors did. It's like, if you want to get rich quick, that figure that out, right? Figure out how to make Dawn cheap. Figure out how to make, like basically some extremely useful surfactant extremely cheap or something like that.
Yep.
Find a way to make recovery
flex
factor-
skin. Get rid of your elephant
make something useful cheaper, or make some
Yeah.
the recovery factor better, right? And those two things are extremely they're complicated, man. We haven't really improved our recovery factor all that much over the years. It seems I haven't been in this industry all that long, but
Well, it's just
we're kind of. It seems like we've a bit plateaued on that front, and I mean, whatever. I can say
I do-
it's
I do
wrong or
like-
not, but people need to just be realistic about their production goals as far as operators and stuff, and whatnot about what they think they can actually recover from these new reserves that they're finding, or they're buying, or they're whatever. So,
you could even take that even farther on a positive note for the flaring and stuff, right?
Yeah,
like they're
flaring.
trying to capture that, trying to actually
they should.
keep that
Why
going.
not?
Yeah, no, you're wasting
Why
energy.
not?
I absolutely hate.
I don't.
All-
I think it's silly
all
wasting-
our
There's
industry
that company
does
that
is,
was,
like, bring it
setting
back to
those,
monetary.
fucking,
It's great.
Connex boxes, and they were mining Bitcoin.
Oh, I love
I'd
Bitcoin.
say-
Hey, that's our next
Now,
episode,
we're
everybody.
gonna
We're
have someone
going.
on here that
I'm gonna
knows.
mine Bitcoin.
Now there's a couple
Off of flare gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome, man.
I thought it was
We
so
did that.
cool.
And
We're-
we still got a ways to go, but we actually had a client that did that in Wyoming.
Yeah.
They hired
No.
a company. It was
Oh,
actually
nice.
a Tesla-backed company.
Really?
And had it out there. There's a lot to it. I don't want to
Yeah.
get too far into it.
I
But
mentioned
there
it's
is.
We're going to
Yeah,
get into this.
don't get into the
There's
weeds.
so
If
much.
you're an oil and
That's
gas
just
company and you're
making
not
number.
mining
it's genius,
Bitcoin,
dude.
criminal.
It is. No,
Yeah.
no, but
Go
think
for
about
it.
this.
Dude.
So
Use
wait.
any excess energy to make something productive.
Oh, I know. Instead of burning
Yeah.
it and discharging.
All
Oh my
for it.
gosh.
Fuck
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
we-
I think our industry is the best at. Look, if you want to be the most economically efficient, economically efficient equals environmentally efficient. Period. So if you turn what you would have wasted before into a monetary source, go for it.
I'm gonna get one more.
I'm gonna get one more.
No, we're out.
No,
of here.
no.
no, don't go
So
anywhere.
Tesla actually just
You're
backed a
crazy.
thing.
The guest wants another.
Yeah, touche.
If you
I
bring
am still
if you
good.
bring one up here, we're gonna kill it.
No, we're
Maybe
not.
not.
No, we are.
Gives you a lot of-
There's only one good one.
Gives you a lot of time to-
Go search in his desk below. Right.
But yeah, I mean that's an intriguing point that he brought up. Yeah.
Every time you think about, if you
So-
think about
sorry,
environmental efficiency equals economic efficiency.
Yeah, but
period.
it comes from outside forces, right? So
Yeah, our industry is all about our
yeah.
outside industry sources.
Sure. Outside forces. Right?
Okay, if you think about-
for the oil and gas industry to for many decades we've been like fairly self-regulated in some sense, right?
But because why?
and
We are the most
because we're the
innovative.
Well, but I think it's because
Do you want the government to solve our problems, or do you want our own industry
No,
to solve our
Hold on,
problems?
hold on.
Period.
That's
He's
not
got.
what I'm saying.
He's got. Hold on.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not asking for the government to. What I'm saying is the government involves itself in what we're doing.
Yeah,
regardless of what
they
we want,
involve
right?
it, yeah.
They're already involved, right? But sometimes
We
that
can solve our
force-
own problems.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and I'm not against it. I'm just saying sometimes that force, from an outside perspective, regardless if it's government or something else, right, is driving us in a certain direction that is causing innovation.
Yeah.
Right.
Touche. There you go.
So
There you go.
it is. We have massive innovation within this industry. Massive innovation within this.
Was
industry.
that Tesla that came up with that? That was
Found
like
another bottle of Hochatown.
And
said, hey-
Jason, everybody.
that said,
Dear
hey,
Lord
they're going
Jesus.
to pay what is it, 100 million or something like that for the innovation
Get one
for
more ice.
flaring or whatever.
I don't know. But yeah,
I posted it on LinkedIn. You'll have to look at the article, and I'm probably botching this horribly, and I apologize. But yeah, you were talking about that pressure from the outside. It
helps.
It does. It's not a bad thing.
But that's just society too, right? Like we have to understand as an industry. Sometimes we like buck everything that's coming from anywhere else. What we need to understand is that we're a small society, a part of a larger society, and that we have to adhere and at least understand what other people around us want.
Absolutely.
And I think that this
Well,
industry
investors.
has massive potential to do basically all of the future good for
Yeah.
greenhouse gas emissions and changes, and we'll probably get none of the credit for it,
Nope.
but we'll basically make all of the innovations to get us there, right? So-
Absolutely.
No,
And the
I hope-
funding,
I hope-
does
funding
that make
too.
sense, right? We'll have external forces to push us to do things that that will increase the efficiency of all these like awesome things.
I prefer that everybody around the world abandon their oil and gas prospects, and the only oil and gas possible comes out of Oklahoma.
Hey, the Crossroads is here in Oklahoma, so I mean, there
I'm
you
just
go.
saying, you're right. If you do not like oil and gas, please, if you want to get oil and gas, the only possible way to bring it out of the ground is in
I
Oklahoma.
think we had enough.
Come on.
In June or May,
people
we
who
had
you're
enough.
talking to don't know that what's oil and gas, and you know that you've seen it.
You've got to, you got to be
Put it on
specific.
LinkedIn a million times that says like all their toothbrushes are made of oil and gas, right? And the cars and all that shit. But they're not the ones listening to this. You got to remember that, right?
Yeah.
No, I think
touche.
everybody
People you're
in
talking to
California and
right
New
now.
York are listening to us right now.
Well, so that's what I was trying to tell these guys is like we need to have another representation, somebody who's coming in that can be
Fill
that
him up.
mediator between those people that don't know. Is that right? I mean, you've got people that don't know, but they're not watching the show or they're not not
Here,
involved.
fill them up some more.
Oh, don't mix them. Don't mix
Yeah,
them.
that's what I was trying to do them a favor. What do you mean mix?
I'll-
We're only drinking
I'll-
Hochatown.
Hochatown.
So-
I'm really looking for a little money
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
Hochatown.
yeah. So you're not wrong. Yeah. So.
But we need more representation because
So if we have a lot of representation in the oil and gas industry.
do we
Yeah,
have a
yeah, there's
split
sig-
between Hollywood and us?
You
though?
know,
No.
you say that, but
There's
Matt
a
and I are on
significant
board.
amount of.
We're on boards.
I don't believe
I
that
was
we're
talking about API.
underrepresented in politics.
I
But
tried
think-
to change the
But I
name.
think that we are as misrepresented.
There you go.
Thank you.
And I think that it's a complicated conversation to have with people, and it's one of those things it's like taboo, right? It's like religion or sex or whatever. Like you just don't.
I'm
talk
ordained, by
about
the
these
way.
things.
I believe in God, and I'm
I'm an
ordained.
ordained minister.
I'm ordained.
So
We have so many similar
so
paths.
I actually did
You
the
guys should touch
I
tips.
ordained the wedding for my brother and both my sisters.
I've ordained
What?
one
Yeah.
wedding,
Oh,
but
that's nice.
I really,
All three of my
oh
siblings,
man,
I
I
did
love
the
I
weddings
love
for
marrying
them.
people. I actually got it because I'm in oil and gas, and I thought I would
Nice.
probably need to read somebody's last rites. And also, the pamphlet said,
dark.
Wow.
I'm just saying,
Wow.
I know
Holy
all of
cow.
you. Also, if I wave my hand, the pamphlet didn't say how to do it, but I can absolve you of your sins. Just saying.
We'll just wait. We're going on commercial break. Cory Nunez. with
This
me.
episode,
Yeah, quite commercial
this
break here.
episode brought to you by
You know
Tag.
what? Nobody's gonna watch this, but we might as well. Matt, how'd you get in oil and gas?
Okay, so I grew up in Okeen, Oklahoma, and all my family is oil and gas. At some point in my life, every single person in my family was probably employed by Harold Hamm.
Really?
Yeah, well, like
Where's Okeen?
Okeene.
Harold, good to see you.
Okay, so if you go up so go to Kingfisher, go north to Hennessy.
Okay.
Before you get to Enid, right? So Enid, Oklahoma, great place. Love that too. My uncle David lives there. But go north out of Kingfisher, and then once you get to Hennessy, take a left.
West.
Go to west. Now, here's the great part. If you like rattlesnakes and America and
He loves
Oklahoma,
rattlesnake
I
hunt.
love rattlesnakes. But I grew up in Okeene,
You
Oklahoma.
used to handle them too.
Yeah. So Okeene, Oklahoma, oil and gas, farming, ranching. That's how I grew up.
Really?
Yeah.
It sounded like, were you a nomad for a little while too?
Yeah. I
It
was.
sounded like you and Cory had done some.
I was a
stuff.
nomad by far. Yeah.
You lived in the Virgin Islands?
I've lived a lot of
Yeah,
places.
what were you doing there? Fuck, we got
Bartender.
I was
right?
cold. I
It
was
was-
cold. So my first
Going to the islands, I'm cold.
my first year of college, I was cold. It was really cold in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Just
You
saying.
went to Stillwater. Oh,
I was a cowboy.
did y'all hear that? Oh my god. Giving
And
me crap over here being an OSU guy.
I love giving people crap, but
My
anyway,
party's better. I'm gonna say OSU. OU, step up your game.
no. Listen, the tumbleweed in Stillwater, America.
Oh yeah, that's
They
pretty
got a nice
sad.
place similar to the tumbleweed in Norman.
I could-
It's
I could-
Sugars, I think.
Oh
Just
man!
like the tumbleweed.
So I could get it at 18 years old. I could get in tumbleweed and I could dance with I love country and western dancing. I
And he
love
likes
red
break
dirt.
dancing.
And I knew so I got out of high school. I went to Stillwater, Oklahoma. I got into country and western dancing.
Line dancing.
Oh man! Oh, of course
I
we
actually
line
hate
dance.
line dancing. I don't
No,
understand.
why would you hate line
What is
dancing?
the love of getting in a line and doing? the
Have
same
you ever
thing as
seen
everyone
girls
else?
in those jeans and line dancing?
I just what we were both
He's-
military.
he's good at-
but
he does
I-
have a point.
for Whatever,
But
I
you don't
never
have to
liked get
dance to see that
information.
either.
I danced.
You know what? Most people
You
don't.
can sit on the sidelines.
I did not sit on the sidelines. I was-
Yeah, but if you're too
I'm a really
stupid,
good
you better
dancer.
be
Nuts
leading.
for butts and nut to butt. Get in nut to butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just started telling people that people didn't realize what nut to butt was.
Anyway,
What we did.
my first year.
year.
So we talked about this.
I'm learning so much about you, Jeremiah.
So you had professors. My professor in Stillwater, my psychology professor. He had written his own book. And
Was this your professor or just your psychologist
No,
in general?
yeah, thank you. my psychology professor at Stillwater had written his own book, and we got into all these arguments all the time because I was.
Were they arguments or debates? I love
Dude.
good debate.
I thought it was a debate. He was like, "You're an idiot,"
Intro to philosophy. My
Yeah.
professor said the same thing.
and but at that
Always
age, I
see
would not back down from anybody, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so smarter than you because I'm almost 20 years old. I'm going to tell
And
you everything."
bulletproof.
Everything.
Yeah, bulletproof. And so I was like, "That's it. I'm out of here." And I hitchhiked down to Florida, and I hung out there for a little while, and then I went to the Virgin Islands. And I was like, all because one guy had written his own book and incorporated it in his class in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
And he said, "Go to."
Wow.
He's like, well, it made me mad that I had to buy his book to be in his class.
What do you think about it now?
What a
Now,
rat.
I'm like, oh no, it's a racket, but I'm also like,
Well,
But were you?
No, he was right.
So was little Matt
We
and-
think we are.
I was
when we're
an
young,
idiot.
and then once you get older, you're
I'm
like,
so
"God,
not smart."
an idiot."
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
every single year
I
that
am
I
an
age,
idiot.
I find out how stupid I am.
I actually say that every day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think
say
about
that
it a lot, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't know enough.
Well, if you're not
I-
learning something every day, you just need to stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think about it a lot. Yeah, I think I don't know enough, and so I generally try to go figure out that thing. But your life gets in the way. Once you have kids and a wife and all this stuff, your life you don't have time. You have a job. You don't. Have
Yeah.
time to
You have the
just
wife
go
first,
learn
and then
these
you have
random
kids,
things. You're
but-
like, oh fucking.
So what's your motivator? Why do you get up?
sequestration is interesting. I don't have time to figure that out.
Dude, and as soon as we'll have someone on here about that because it is, but it's
But somebody recently, a customer that we were talking to, man, it blew my mind. It was such a simple idea. Said to us, he said, "Trust the middleman."
the broker.
And it was a conversation about trying to take on too many things on your role, specifically as a drilling engineer. And we're talking about how sometimes people get well into drilling motors and the design of them and all this stuff and want to have control and things like that and the mud systems and whatever all the things we drill,
Thank you.
right, pipe and connections and everything. And he said, he's like, look, I trust the middleman. Like you need to trust the middleman so I can focus on what I can do, and I don't need to learn all the shit that they do.
Yeah.
Like I need to focus on what I know, and they'll let them focus on what they know. Because
I hired you for a purpose.
Trust the middleman, and it was something so stupid and so simple, and it blew my mind. I was like,
I'd miss those old guys.
That is profound.
Yeah.
Because you know what, we like so rarely these days trust people to like do the thing that we
Right,
hire
they're
them to do.
motivated,
That we
though.
hire them to
Right.
do. Like we question what they're doing, even though we don't know what they have
Yeah,
20
what they're
years
doing.
experience, right? And like we have no idea what they're doing, and we question it. Like
I had a guy at Marathon that did that exact same thing to me when I was a
Love
cold
Marathon.
tubing cold tubing supervisor, and like he got in my face, called me every name, and I learned, like you said, all kinds of new words in the oil field, right? And finally he finally tripped my trigger enough that I actually cussed him out back, which you're never supposed to do. Don't ever do that.
Don't cuss people.
But he actually started applauding me, and he was like, "Now I know that you know what you're going to do." He said, "Now I can trust you that you're going to do what I paid you to do." He's like, "I paid you to come here and be a cold tubing guy." And he's like, "I wanted to make sure that you were 100% knew what you were going to do." And like kind of like that, or your thing, you were just like, "Well, you just got me like all turned up." And then come to find out you're just wanting to make sure that I'm going to do what you hired me to do.
trust the middleman.
Trust the
Corey,
middleman.
so tell me,
It was
man,
perfect.
It's a fairly profound,
It was
simple
huge.
idea, right?
And being a young guy, like the when I started in the oil field, man, I was young. I was like 21 ish, because you couldn't, get in the oil field because you couldn't have a CDL, right? If you didn't have a CDL, you weren't getting in the oil field. And it was the age gap was like my guys that were training me was like 40, 47. So like
Wait,
I was going
46,
on,
so crap.
yeah, I was going on wells that were just nuts, And I'm
How old are you right now, Corey?
38.
30.
37.
Oh, hey, Corey.
37.
Hey,
Yeah.
you can lie about
Corey,
your
no
age on
younger
the
kid.
show.
I forget
Man.
my age sometimes.
He is
I'll
30
be
years old.
38
Corey
this
is
year.
30
I have
years
a hard
old.
time
Dude.
remembering
Yeah.
stupid things.
You know how this is ridiculous, but how I've always based my age is on one of those old NordiTrack treadmills.
Oh, no.
They're in
What?
4-year
What about
increments,
you?
or 5-year
I like
increments.
this.
So you're from 30 to 34,
Yeah.
and you're 35 to 39. I'm like, so every large hurdle of
Yeah.
age,
Yeah.
I always think about the treadmill for
You went
whatever
from
reason.
25 to 30, or 20, from 24 to 29.
Yeah, my heart
Oh,
rate is down
wow.
here. I'm like,
We're basing it on
I
the
never
Nordic
thought I would
track.
get this- Dude, how about
I think it's fucking genius. Yeah, whatever like clicks stupid things into your head.
I know it.
We're
Why
all
To-
there? How did
That's
that?
funny.
Corey,
a bunch of fucking idiots wandering around. Like, I mean, whatever makes information stick in your head, you just got to use that, right? Like, yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
please, if you're an investment and you need some to put some money somewhere, please reach out to Corey.
I don't
Reach
know
out.
if he even needs money. Does he? I'll take
Tag
Yeah.
and trace.
No-
If you want to
nobody
get
traces
into
that
the oil
money.
field, now's the time. There's never been a better time to get in the oil field. As all of you are senior, I'm just saying, like, I just want to reach out to my people on the East Coast and the West Coast. Invest in Tag. Invest
Overseas,
in
too.
Trace. Oh yeah, overseas.
Hey, I've got a guy reaching out to me right now.
Yeah.
Oil
Joe.
field in America is getting very international, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Am I alone?
I won't
I'm
say the
get-
company name.
I plan on buying the entire countries of everybody overseas. And
China is digging in hard.
Oh,
into it.
man.
That's right.
Dude,
That's a whole
If you guys
nother
don't see that,
segment right there.
Well, I mean,
You-
you saw
Corey,
from
Corey, would you like to
Yeah.
do it? Would you like to do another episode sometime?
Sure, man.
Okay.
Wait. Before we disperse, though, Corey, you have a unique perspective that most do not. Granted, you're a little bit outside because you're a bit older, but you went from
No.
well, when you went to school and then finally got oil and
Yeah.
gas is what I'm getting to. But you went from the operating side and then crossed the fence over to the service side. So if you could talk to young Corey as a drilling engineer, what would you tell him about his interactions with vendors and all that for a young engineer?
It's a really good question because
Oh, I bet your perspective
great
changed a
because
lot.
I gave no time a day to service people when I was a drilling engineer, and not because I didn't like
He was a
them.
damn god.
No, it was
Not even a god.
but there's some superiority.
Yeah, you got
there,
everyone
don't
trying
get
to
me
suck
wrong.
your
Yeah,
dick, trying to talk to you.
But also, I didn't really understand the game because I was so new at it too. And like, it's not like a mini. It wasn't like in it for 2 decades or something like that and understood the whole system. But I was fairly new to it all. But that's I guess a bit of an excuse. But I gave time of day to the service guys that I liked, whether I used them or not. They're just guys that I liked.
Yeah.
Like, and then the guys that I like, I always stuck to what my data showed me. If my tools worked for this company and this particular stuff or whatever I was doing, that's where I put my money as a drilling engineer from the operator I was working for. I never did it for like, this is my buddy, I'm gonna give him a shot kind of thing.
Data.
Don't get me wrong. Now I'm in that situation where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, I need
There's
those.
nothing
I
wrong
need
with
those. Yeah,
No,
there's
You're
I need-
marketing,
I need you,
right?
buddy.
absolutely
You need
nothing
that.
wrong with those things.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But you have so much stress,
But
right? You
from-
got a multi-million-dollar, like a mud motor, is huge for someone to take that chance.
Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah.
But you got
Everything we
you got
do is
innovators.
expensive,
We
yeah.
need market disruptors, so you got to give them a chance.
Yeah, we need people to give us a shot, and we currently have a shot right now. We're drilling in the hole right now. So like,
Yay!
Yeah, Tag has officially
Tag bought him.
stepped off
Dude.
and is is.
Oh, it's Shears.
Are you
Functional
doing
work
anything in
company.
Oklahoma or is it West Texas?
It's in Oklahoma.
Hey, awesome, dude.
It's in
Oklahoma tag.
Yep, it's in Oklahoma, and we're super proud of it, man. And we worked really hard to get to this point. It wasn't.
Yes.
Tell these
She
young
did.
blood engineers.
Technically, the company
Young blood
started-
engineer, listen
Tell
to
them
Cory.
where you fucked up and what you would have done different as a young engineer. Would you have given these guys a chance, or what would you do?
From what? Being from the operator? Or
Yes,
from the,
from the
Yes.
operator.
Yeah,
You crossed
absolutely.
over, and I talked to Matt about this a while back. About
so
this.
I'd say it like this. I'm like a big picture kind of person, and that doesn't mean anything like profound or anything. I just mean like I try to just see like what's going on around me more so than what's really happening on the day to day, like internal office stuff that we deal with all the time, right? Like I could see early on from my oilfield career that like the only people who really ever make any money in this business are people who take a chance,
Yeah.
people who go strike it out on their own, or jump in on a business early when it started, and
I'll be jumping in on time.
and that's private equity base, E&P operators, and that's also service companies, and that's it just depends on what piece of the pie you're getting when something's coming up, right? If you're going to be an engineer there's absolutely nothing wrong with being an engineer for a major oil company for 30 years. The problem is that nobody does that anymore. Like it's not really a thing. You're probably going to bounce around a couple of times. Thinking about this real hard. So like,
Hold on. Can I give you?
Somebody really wise at EOG once told me like, if you think that you're gonna leave, before you do, ask this company what they could do to keep you here. And I think that's something I didn't do. That's something I didn't do before I left EOG. I didn't go talk to them, and it's not that they would have cared or anything. I was a small young engineer at the time. It doesn't really matter. But maybe I could have asked them, say, hey, will you move me to Oklahoma City instead of me just leaving your company? And I didn't take the time to ask that question, and I think that was a bad call. Maybe, I don't know.
Well,
I
I'm
love
happy
where I
you
am
didn't,
now,
but for future
I
guys,
should have
ask the question.
I should at least ask the question, right?
You know what that's the hardest part about sales, by the way? And that's sales. What you're talking about right now is saying, I believe I'm worth this much to your company. Move me over there. It kind of is, but sales, you got to ask for the sale.
Yeah.
At some point, you've got to say, well, how do we move to the next step?
Well,
I'm in sales,
from-
and there's
I could
nothing
say
hard
from
about it.
I
love
I'm
sales.
thinking about the operator's perspective, from a sales perspective.
No.
Sales
I'm not
is
taking it out of
amazing.
that. It's the same conversation.
Sure, yeah.
You decided, for whatever reason, that you didn't want to ask the question, what can you do for me? I believe I'm worth this much, and I've provided this product. I think you need to move me. You, for whatever reason, did you not think about it, or you just didn't think they would?
Probably both.
It's probably both. Yeah, it's probably both. I mean, I don't know. It's just that, there's a lot going on, and there's nerves and all kinds of stuff. I don't think I thought that.
Your wife
and,
told you it was
and
time
I
to
had,
get out.
I had coworkers who were leaving to go do the exact same thing, and I'd worked the closest with these guys, and so it felt like I was going with home, right?
Right.
I was going with home base to Oklahoma City. Yeah. These guys that I functionally worked with in Oklahoma City. So
I guess you
or
kind of
in Midland. So
right.
So it was.
We expect you to be there too, by the way. We're
Well,
like, oh
it
yeah,
was-
these are a new
I
group.
didn't think about it, but you should, and I realize that now. What I realize in my older age, that I think that everybody, that all one half person that's still listening at this point, 7 hours later.
Your mom's gonna be listening.
Look, is no one will ever give you anything you don't ask for.
Right.
Absolutely.
No, you have to ask for it.
And ask for what
if
you
they
want.
Don't know.
And here's the deal: ask for what you want, and almost always, you get a feedback or what you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Rarely will you get nothing from asking for what you want. And you might get feedback that says, go fuck yourself, or you're stupid and that doesn't make sense, or whatever. But you'll probably learn something from it. But a lot of the time, you actually just get what you want.
Yeah.
But you have to ask for it.
You have to ask for
have
it. If
to
they
ask
don't
for it.
know, they don't know there's a
Nobody,
problem.
you cannot expect, and I feel like I wasted years thinking this. Like, people will just know what I want.
Right.
Like, they don't. Nobody's going to know what you want. Nobody can read your mind. And also nobody cares, right? Everybody's got their own life.
Yes.
Like, just ask people for what you want, and people generally, very generally, like to help other people.
Yeah.
I like to help other people.
I
You
do.
like to help other people. Everybody here, and most people they feel the same way. I like to help other people. But unless somebody asks you, like, hey, I need this, or I want this, or can you help me with this? Like, they, can't help you because they don't know what the fuck you're thinking.
Right.
Yeah, they don't know what's going to happen.
They don't know what's in your head
Yeah.
if you don't ask them.
I'm super
So
guilty
that's-
of this.
so-
Super guilty. And I just assume, for whatever reason, I think I'm the center of the universe, I guess. But
Yeah.
everyone does.
We all
everyone
do.
thinks.
We all do.
Everyone ponders, I think,
We fight
at some
it. We
point,
fight it hard,
whether the
like-
world revolves around them or it revolves around
Well,
the sun.
so I
All
was
right,
gonna
you guys
bring
have
that up.
Matrix or not, right?
I was-
Matrix or not.
Welcome to the Matrix. Welcome
So-
to the Talking Energy Show. This is it, everybody. So
Shut it
reach
down.
out. Yeah.
Shut it down.
I don't know if
I'm
it's gonna pan
shutting
out.
this down. You
So,
guys have all.
It might take some creative editing. But
Do you guys want to do creative editing?
No.
You have about 30 seconds to wrap it up.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
I
you.
was. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No,
All
I
right,
don't have
so-
any.
I was just gonna say, like
I know we were
you
going on
mentioned
3
that
hours.
about. I think
3
that
hours
being
of
in
the best. Corey,
in the
I love you, brother.
in the
Thank you.
well, being in the school, it does make you feel as if you're. Sorry, there you
We
go.
killed 2 amazing bottles at Trace Management Studios.
Brought to
Trace
you by-
Management.
That was-
Brought to you by Trace Management Studios.
That was
where
what I
the
noticed
podcast
going back to
is.
school was actually that people felt entitled after going to school, not because
No one
of
in oil
someone,
and gas feels entitled.
not because that they got that way on their own. Like when you were doing really well in school, like you would get the good grades, you'd get the the camaraderies and the whatever else. That was one thing my wife asked me. That she's like, "What's the difference that you noticed going back to school?"
I have to work hard.
and whatever else. And I said, but yeah, besides the working hard, I said, I feel what those engineers that are telling me to go jump in the lake feel.
Jumping in Mondays.
Like
become
I
jumping in late.
understand how they feel entitled of like, man, I've went to
Man,
these.
they worked hard to get there. Yeah,
They've
Sure.
worked hard to get there,
They
and
also
I,
did that, like
yeah,
a
and
long
it's
time ago.
yeah, and it's not a bad thing. But it was just like I was like, I feel a lot more entitled. I was like, I feel bad that I'm saying that. She goes, I felt the same way. And I was so people that are selling and go back. If you haven't gone back to college or you haven't done your college degree, I highly recommend it because it will help with that understanding.
Yeah. It's just a test. All it
It
is.
is.
So here's what I thought about college. I know they're trying to wrap this up.
College.
College is a test to make sure that you can learn.
Yes.
And that's it. It actually isn't. And I would
And
suspect
tenacity
many
to stay-
people
stick
aren't
it out.
interested in what you learned in college. They're just interested that you
Yeah,
can
you did
learn.
it.
You can
And
learn,
you
and, that you
stayed with
finished
it.
it.
You have been tested, and you
Yes.
can learn.
Yeah.
All right, let's end this on Corey. What is the coolest thing anyone's told you, or some type of phrase, or something that you a credo?
Yeah,
I can tell you one.
Beautiful. 3.
Yes.
Hold on. Trace management. 3 things. How about that?
All right.
Give me the first thing.
Coolest phrase anyone ever told you. I can tell you mine, and I love it, and I love this band.
All right. Oh, I love this band.
so-
I'm
No,
so
man.
excited.
Man, he said a man, a dude,
Jason
like a
Goss.
dude.
John, or gosh,
So-
I don't even-
John
Don
Yeah.
J.
Jacob.
Don
Jingle-
J.
We were dealing with
favorite
all
person in the world.
One thing. Corey Nunez.
COVID stuff, and Matt,
I'm gonna cry.
Matt Little, my partner, his girlfriend
Tiffany.
got COVID, and they were stuck at home together for 14 days, and he was, feeding her and all this stuff and whatever. And he never got cut. He got tested 3 times. She got tested 3 times. She was positive 3 times. He was negative 3 times. And
Matt,
and I was like, dude, I just guess you just can't get it. And he texted me. He said, my immune system just fucks.
Oh man, that's man.
I'm keeping all of this. Mad Little, I love you, buddy.
Sorry, I'm gonna apologize to the ladies right now. Tiffany, I'm really sorry.
Mad Little,
I told
love
my
you,
wife
buddy.
that, and she fucking loved it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
She fucking loved it.
That's
So
good.
I think it's one of the funniest things I've heard in a while.
He's fantastic.
All right, tell us about your company, and let's wrap this shit up.
Tag.
Oh, wait,
Tag-
before you
Tag
finish up, let's
Drilling
do our last
Motor
average.
company.
Tag Drilling Motor Company. Hey, we're doing a
Talking Energy Show.
Well, no, let's tell them about next week, and then we'll.
Oh man, hey, we're gonna have so much going on next
dude.
week.
How many bottles will you drink next week?
Oh, 7.
We're not even getting to that. No, we're hosting a Cinco de Drinko party
Cinco de Drinko
at Roughtail Brewery
Roughtail Brewery
next Wednesday.
If you're in
starting at
Oklahoma or Kansas
At 4
or
p.m.
Texas
4 p.m.
or Arkansas or the United States of America, come to Cinco de Drinko.
4. You can meet Cory
where?
Nunez.
Where? Where? At?
Oh, we're going to Roughtail.
There you
Roughtail
go.
Brewery, badass brewery. They open an excellent location.
Memorial
on
Road
Memorial.
and Western,
If you're
basically.
been to
Yeah, they're another
Memorial.
Oklahoma company. Now, do we have any other announcements?
No, just
All right,
come
Cory,
to
send us
Cinco
out.
de Drinko.
Who's gonna be there?
Tell us about give us your
Tag.
elevator pitch, and let's.
Elevator pitch. You have 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, we have no.
You have
time.
7
That's
and a
the
half
longest
minutes.
fucking
Just-
elevator
yeah.
ride.
I know.
That's a real long
Man, dude,
You
we're
have,
in
you
Dubai
have
right now.
39 and a
Yeah.
half
Yeah.
stories.
Tag Drilling Motor Company
Tag.
is a intentionally focused and small company based to design and build high performance, low cost motors for operators who run on a rental drilling program. So there's not anything special to it. Look at our website. It's tagdrilling.com. It has our current configurations. We're constantly buying more motors.
So I'm gonna stop in there. It is special. You got a couple
Yeah.
guys that understand Matt, his partner, and
Matt
I worked
Little.
with Matt more than I
Matt
have
Little.
Corey, but they understand drilling. They know what's necessary. They understand
Corey
motors.
Nunez,
They understand. They
Matt
had a
Little.
directional company as well. They understand what it takes for that bit to stay on bottom.
Tag
So
bottom.
it's not that simple, man. You're doing more than that, buddy.
Our inspection company that we partnered with told us that we have higher inspection standards than any other directional company in the United States.
Oh, that's great.
And that was something we designed well before we ever even talked to them about it. So it wasn't even intentional. It was just, this is the things that we think that we need to inspect on every
It's
single
not the
part
things you think,
when
it's
you
the
break a
things
motor down. And it's basically full body everything. So
It's things you know. Experience.
It's just, we don't want any failures. So our job is to make premium motors go out the door every single day and not cut corners, and we don't need to is the thing.
Backed
We
by
don't need-
industry
We don't
experience.
need to cut corners.
Corey, when we see
So
these
there's no reason-
efficient motors going down the highway, what color are they going to be when we see them on that
touche.
flatbed?
Ooh, they're blue.
They're
Well,
blue?
They're kind of a blue.
Oh,
Lyco's blue.
Hey,
What
can,
color blue
can
are
Night Energy Services buy them? Oh man,
Now,
God.
Corey, tell
Do
us
you have
about
a-
your motors.
Do you have a like a
If
If
What
I'm on a well
So we're
site, how do I know
starting-
Corey's
we're
motors are on
starting
a well
to get
site?
Pan-
We're
what
just
is it,
starting to get into
pan-
through tubing motors.
through
Through
tubing
tubing.
TTS?
Yeah, for drill outs. Yeah, so that's
I love
something-
drill
that's
outs.
something we're working on now. So this is our color.
He has a car.
and it's
Dark
Oh, I
blue.
want one of
Is
those.
that
Dark
teal?
colors.
Why does that look green to me?
Yeah, it's kind of a blue green. We don't really know.
How do we know your motors are going down the road?
Tag.
It's gonna be that color.
Are your bit housing the same color? Is there some white, or they just
White lettering and stuff. Yeah.
White and tag.
So if you see it going down the road, or you see it on
We're
location,
simple people. It's a simple company. It's Tag Drilling Motor Company. We make drilling motors. That's it. That's all we do.
All right,
One thing.
that's it,
Right,
everybody.
too.
Everybody, start waving.
Thanks, guys.
We're gonna sign out here. Cory Nunez, Director of Operations, Tag Drilling Motors.
Thanks, Corey's mom, for listening.
Yeah.
Corey's
thank you
mom.
So much.
Thanks, guys.
Cory's
hey,
mom.
Corey's mom. I want to meet you.
Corey's mom.
I'm gonna get a tattoo with your mom. That's really cool.
Bye.
Mom, I'm
Shout
so
out.
sorry. Hey, thank you, everybody. Tag Drilling. Cory C. Nunez at tagdrilling.com.
That's right.
There you
C.
go.
Nunez.
Find me on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yeah. Please reach out. Hey, guys, this is our inaugural.
Yeah.
Very
You guys
first.
did great. I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Did we?
I was nervous about what we were talking about, but it all came out.
Hey, what we were talking about is CoryNunez.com.
You know, we appreciate your drum saying
We
that.
talked about a lot of stuff.
We did.
It was a lot of y'all. Yeah, you guys did great.
Whenever you think about drilling in Oklahoma and
Dude,
anywhere else in the
Corey,
world,
so don't you fucking ever say that you got a simple company that you do simple shit, man. Come on.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
You're
and that's it, everybody. I'm tagging out right
that's
here.
the whole idea.